Hey, let's get the Steiner brothers on the TV, bro. Like young Steiners, like
fabulous ones, man.
Dude, Hall and Nash, the NWO when they first came in, dude, they were solid.
Yes, they were.
You know, you guys are probably gonna laugh at this one, but you know, a tag team that I thought was really underrated back in the day would have been the Smoking Guns.
Yeah.
Both Billy and Bart Gunn were actually pretty good together.
I just didn't. They just didn't. It just was weird. You know what I mean? It was a little
different.
Yeah, it was a little like it wasn't the time for Cowboys.
What's up, everybody?
You know what I mean?
It was definitely past the era of Cowboys, but
Nice Guy Andy podcast. We are live tonight with we got Christopher Michael Lotus in the house tonight. What's up, Chris?
guys, how are we doing?
We're doing good, man. Finally got you in the studio.
I know you guys have told me the whole time for the last 15 minutes and at least a shot in that you're all happy to have me here tonight.
Oh, man, we're ecstatic. We've been wanting you to come on the show ever since we started doing this. Remember we came down to Paris and we met you that time and you cut a little promo for us?
I believe that was I wrestled Elmer Ritchie, right? Was that the first time you guys?
It was in Paris,
out?
yeah. It was in Paris. The first time I met you.
Yeah, I believe that was I wrestled Elmer Ritchie that night. That was that young kid that came in for Larry.
Yeah, that's
true. He didn't
true.
have a good night with me that night, but
and that place the ceiling was so low that you just got up there and you were like, I was like,
you could pick a guy up for a power slam and really use their legs to hit the ceiling.
You got
he
up
wasn't very tall.
You got up on the on the turnbuckle, and I was like, I hope he flies through that ceiling. I said to myself, I was like, so guys, this Nice Guy Andy podcast is Thursday night. You know what we do? We watch wrestling. So we're watching actually some old wrestling on the YouTube right now. We got the Road Warriors versus the Steiner brothers over here, and tonight I got Sean Johns is sick at home, so. You know, I don't know what's wrong with him, but he's you know, hope he gets better. Hope you get better, Sean Johns. And I got Superfly Johnny Lee next to me.
What's up? What's up?
With his brand new hair. I love your hair, Johnny Lee.
Thank you very much.
Your lawyer made me say that, so okay. And we got special co-host in tonight, Ray Bear Steele in the house.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, Ray?
That's right.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Is that you? That's y'all guys. Okay, we can't do that, but that'll make us echo. But and like I said, Christopher Michael Lotus. What's up, buddy?
How y'all doing? All right, you guys doing all right? You guys enjoying this wrestling right here?
Oh yeah,
yes, I am. This is classic.
We love
right
wrestling.
Here.
Well, I hope y'all love wrestling. You guys make me drive out here for an hour and a half. We better be talking some wrestling today.
Especially classic wrestling.
Hey, man, you can get me really sold on the classic wrestling.
Good evening, Kirkpatrick.
I can promise you one thing. Somebody got hurt in this match because all these guys are stiff and solid as hell.
Oh, yeah.
I can promise you that, too.
Those guys went at it a fucking bunch of times, didn't they?
Well, and they were all known for putting people through the ring.
And you got to think, too, they're labeling this classics, and this is like probably the 96, 97 to 98 era, too. Like, you got to think for us classics, we're thinking 80s.
Yeah.
Like, these guys locked horns way younger, too. Like, they have beat the living snot out of each other.
I remember the first time that I seen wrestling was at my grandpa's house, and he was in there watching Ric Flair versus Nikita Koloff, I think it was, and the old Four Horsemen. And I was like, what the hell is this? I was like 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old. I don't know how old I was. But I sat down there and watched that whole shit. And then I was like, it went off because, you know, it was like on Saturday mornings. And I was like, where the hell, like, where do I get to see this again, you know? So
it was like back in the day, though, I feel like you could turn on TV and you would get more wrestling than almost you would get today.
Yeah, it's got to be like the 80s, but we only had, 4 or 5 channels back then in the 80s?
You might think that, but the problem is with those 4 or 5 channels, I thought back in the day, was they were really repetitive.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of, like, oh, here's tonight's match, you know? Like, let's think WCW Worldwide 96, 97 time frame, right? Like, you got that every, Saturday morning?
Yeah.
And you got your WCW Pro Sunday nights at, like, 6:05 Eastern, whatever.
It wasn't until the 90s when they started doing it at nighttime, every week.
7:05.
7:05.
Cable TV, you know. Oh, yeah, they did have WCW on it or NWA on it at nighttime at 7:05 TBS.
See, that's where the era started to change when the wrestling started to get more live. You get it a little more often.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the matches even I thought were getting better.
Is that Nikita Koloff there?
Yep.
Yeah, here we go.
No Warriors versus them.
Who's the other?
Getting stiffed,
Who's the other Russian guy? With
Ivan Koloff.
Ivan Koloff.
Ivan and Nikita.
And Nikita. Okay, Ivan and Nikita. I forgot about Ivan.
Hey, don't shortchange Ivan.
I
Trust
know,
me.
but
Ivan
like-
was probably
Look
stiffer.
at Paul Ellery right there. He's
And
still
this
jacked
is-
in this. I mean, Paul Ellery was still jacked.
And this is when the Road Warriors were wearing different gear.
Yeah.
Way back then.
Well, they when they went to WWE, they became Legion of Doom. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, they
LOD.
changed it up a little bit. They still,
Legion
always
of
be the
Doom.
Road Warriors.
Yeah, the
Which
Road
one was your
Warriors
favorite?
I mean, I like the Road Warriors.
Which one was your favorite of the Road Warriors, Hawk or Animal?
Honestly, I wish. Well, I loved Hawk. I honestly I did. Like I thought
eat me
he was
off
a
the
character.
Michaels.
I thought he could hang. Honestly, in tag action, they
Hawk.
were great.
Hawk was better wrestler.
Yes.
you think?
I'm not going to say better, but
you're
I'm never
just-
going to say any wrestler's better singly,
Exactly.
especially out of a tag team. But if you ask me who out of the two would hang in a singles career, I'll say Hawk.
Hawk.
I
Nice.
just don't think either one of them were, technically sound to be a singles. I think they just beat the shit out of people. And
Yeah,
that's what makes it
Exactly.
good.
See, my thing is, I thought Hawk had more character. The problem was the alcohol. We all know that happened in his real life, and that was sad to see. But I always thought,
Rest in peace, guy. Both of those guys.
yeah,
Rest
rest
in
in
peace to
peace
them
to
both.
the Road Warriors. But I always thought Hawk brought something to the table when his interviews hit.
Or
And
is,
that
He really
was
did.
something that made him a little different than Animal, I thought.
Yeah.
And that's why I think in some way, if you would have just pushed him in that singles career, it went in the right direction.
he
And if
could've
it
done
worked
it,
out
no
for him,
doubt.
I think it would have worked out. And
Exactly.
somewhere it did work out. I think he did win a few singles titles in WCW.
Yeah.
At one point in time.
The Koloffs did, didn't they? They were single a lot,
Nikita-
right?
Yeah, Ivan and
Nikita was.
Nikita.
Yeah.
They really were.
Yeah. Both these tag teams did split up, and Nikita, I think, was a little more successful than Ivan, if I'm right, when Nikita was the former world
he
champion.
was.
I thought they were monsters back when I was a kid. I was so scared of those guys.
Well, they tell you the truth. When you see these guys live, like I said this before too, I went to a Raw in '98. I won tickets from Arby's one night, and it was me and 4 other buddies. We're sitting up front row, and we see Batista.
Oh yeah, Batista.
I mean, Ray the Bear at your biggest, it'd probably be me, him, and another Ray the Bear. He's just gigantic.
Jacked.
He's just.
Jacked.
You think Drax is big on screen? Dude's big in real life.
Oh, man.
He's just a tree.
on all the steroids.
No, I don't even know if it's that. It's just in general. I think he's like a Brock Lesnar, where he's just big and built.
Yeah.
he's
I believe that too.
There's some people that are meant to be big, and he's just one of those few that sit in that column.
Yeah, Brock
He's
is
genetically
a monster.
I remember
superior.
when I was a kid, man, I got close to Andre, man, and it was just like, wow.
Andre was a one. Of
I
a
remember
kind.
seeing the Big Show for the first time. I was like, "Oh my God, how big!" Like he looks big on TV, but how big is this
And I
guy?
think that's
yeah,
where,
He makes Shaq look small.
to me, that's where the narrative changed a little bit in wrestling. Was so you take Daniel Bryant, who can do a lot of things, no doubt.
He's tiny.
But if you put him, he's a world champion.
Yeah.
Now you stand him next to Andre the Giant, he don't even come up to his kneecap. You know
No.
what I mean?
Exactly.
It took the little bit of believability that was there,
Yeah.
and it just kind of diminished.
Well, the
there,
other night on Dynamite, they had Willer Yuta come in, and I don't know if y'all know who he is, but then they had him. Brian Daniels comes in, and I always feel like Brian Daniels is bigger than him, but he came in. He's bigger than Willer Yuta's bigger than Danielson.
Everybody's bigger than Danielson.
Yeah, he's he looks so much bigger on TV, but he's
But you know what the
tiny
difference
guy.
between all these guys and you basically comparing them to Danielson? Danielson looks more real.
That's true.
Yeah, he looks like a real guy,
Bro, I don't want to get in a fight with him.
I
For
wouldn't
real,
either
I wouldn't want him to
because-
kick me that hard.
I wouldn't hear because he looks like
That's
he
why
could
that's
legit
what just
fight.
Ray the Bear said. The realism kicked in. That's the realism part that kicked in. This guy looks like he can whoop your ass.
Exactly.
No matter he doesn't have the muscle, no matter he doesn't have the height or even the reach, even what a boxer has, the strength and the power up top. This dude can kick.
Exactly.
Ray, could you beat him?
Oh man, I'd much rather fight him than Savage or Hogan
Oh, of
or
course.
somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, of course.
I know I got a better shot.
I'll tell you the truth. There's a couple guys I would never fight.
Right.
Lesnar would be one of them. Kurt Angle's high on that list. I don't want to mess with Kurt
And
Angle.
that's
Kurt
what,
Angle.
that's what I really don't understand. You got Strowman and these guys, and they don't do anything with them. And they just, these are the guys that should just come in and.
Well, it's kind of like the
isolate
NBA
everybody.
now. It's like the big man in the NBA ain't important anymore either.
Right.
So it's almost like the big guys in wrestling aren't as important as they used to be because Andre was the biggest draw.
Well, here's the thing.
Big
too,
Show was a
guys.
big draw back in the day.
Let me draw it back a little bit, and it's because I've had a promoter since in a time too. Like, all right, you're saying the big guy etiquette ain't booked properly. Is this what we're gonna say? Right?
Yeah, in my opinion.
In your opinion, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
What does that say to you though? What about the big guy? What do you think the big guy should do different then?
Well, it's not.
To me, you got to stand out and make money, right? You got to
Exactly.
be what the entertainment stands for. And to me, if you want to be a big guy, you want to be entertaining, then maybe draw better.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to be that way, but, you know, I'm an independent, and everywhere I go, everybody expects so highly of me. Well, if the guys ain't booked right, is it not they're booked right, or they're not using what they're doing to their advantage to be
So
booked properly?
Strowman's huge.
Right.
So do y'all think he's booked right?
To me,
I think he's starting to be booked right with Triple H, I think.
Absolutely. I think when they came
I do
in
too.
with Bray and they had that crew coming in, it was one of the best things that I'd seen, you know, that I actually wanted to watch and I thought was entertaining.
Yeah.
And instead of just having them just run through everybody and then build them up to the sky before you start knocking them down.
It's like Bray and
Right.
Eric and
Right. And then they started just splitting them up and beating them. And you know, McMahon said that he's never going to build another Hogan. He's never going to build another guy that he can't live without.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
another Stone Cold, and he's done it.
Yeah.
Every time somebody gets a little too big,
Yeah.
he knocks them down. Or he
But
brings
Vince
them
ain't there
out.
no more.
Well,
You know
Yeah.
Vince is gone, right? Vince
you know,
is gone.
only time will tell, you know.
Yeah, Vince is gone. Like, so Triple H is
How you doing, Anthony Presley?
It's so much better with Triple H now, I think. I'm so glad Vince retired because I just feel like it was just
Exactly.
What's up, Anthony Presley? Anthony Presley was on last night.
yeah, I heard about this. I heard Jordan had to dip out on y'all, but I heard Anthony Presley's a pretty good dude. I haven't got to meet him just
Oh, he's
yet.
awesome.
Oh,
dude.
trust me, you like him.
Anthony's so cool, man. He's such a good guy. He's such a like. He's such a
Anthony
like. If
Presley
he
is-
likes you, dude, that motherfucker likes you, man.
Anthony
Like,
Presley said, "Barry's
Dude,
still
he'll-
in the house."
He'll do
With
anything
the-
for you. He loves this motherfucker, dude. He likes you. He likes you,
dude,
Bear.
man.
He wants you to have that match, but you and Donnie to have that match.
You know, Donnie's scared, so I can say, like, you know.
We try to bring them two
Donnie,
back so
he's
Donnie
calling
and
you
him
out.
against each other.
See, they're
I'm
trying to bring
always
them two
ready.
back. I'm still trying to get Bobby Blade's old ass to get out of
Uh-oh.
retirement and have one more, at least, you know,
Oh,
at least one more. Come on, you got to come back to a bar brawl, Bobby Blade.
I know.
A bar brawl,
Yeah,
baby.
that's right.
At least
Do
come down
another
there
little
and
bar brawl.
at least come
Bobby
down there and
Blade
cut a
versus
promo.
Lotus, maybe?
Oh no promos! Come on,
You want him to
wanna
wrestle?
Get in that ring and then let's put this together, legendary Larry. You hear me? Put Bobby Blade in tag action with me against any two guys you got in that locker room.
Oh,
Come
That's
on,
right.
Call
Me
me
and
out.
Bobby Blade gonna handle it.
My day, bar brawl meant something totally different.
Yeah,
It
a
really
little bit.
did.
We didn't call it and have commentators and music and
No.
curtains, bud. You had people sling over the bar, broken
You
balls.
came down to
That's true.
You came down to Bar Brawl 3, but you didn't see the matches.
Right. I
He
got
was there late.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
was
4.
rapping
Bar Brawl
Donnie's
4.
always late. Donnie's always late. So,
Bar Brawl 4. He was down there. I went outside and they were like, draws. I was like, I ain't heard that fucking name in years. This motherfucker's over there yelling at me.
No.
So that's my nickname back in the day when I'm on the streets.
Hey, that shows they remembered you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what do we got going on here? We lost track
Oh,
of
we got
TV
melee.
time, man. We got
It's
some
anarchy.
melee going on
Yeah,
here.
we
Look,
got
everybody
some
else got
mayhem
Paul.
going
We got
on.
Paul. Dude, Paul Ellering looks jacked as ever right now.
Yes, he does.
Wow, look at this guy. This is a damn manager, guys.
Oh, Paul.
I know, right?
That's Paul Ellery over there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Paul
that's
Ellering
Paul.
right there,
Jack, he was
dude.
Jack back in the day.
Oh, wow.
This was way back when he
Yeah.
looked jacked.
I mean, he wrestled before, he got with the Road Warriors.
That's right.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Ain't no
I didn't know
Legion
he
of
actually
Doom.
still looked that good at that time. Like, dude, look at this guy.
And the Legion of Doom tag team name
George the Animal
originated
out here.
before
Look at this.
WWF.
No, that's
What now?
The Legion of Doom tag team name
Crusher.
originated before WWF was ever a thing.
So the Legion of Doom was before.
Yes, and it was with Paul Lundgren, the Road Warriors, and a few other people.
Okay. So it was like a big bunch of people.
Yes.
So-
And then WWF went and they're like, well, we don't want the Road Warrior name. We want you to go by Legion of Doom. And Legion of Doom was already a name that the Road Warriors had been part of, so it came together like that.
Okay.
But the only bad thing is that WWF didn't treat the Road Warriors like they should have been treated.
So did they have
I don't know. They did win multiple tag team championships,
True.
and Even as LOD 2000, I think they still had a title run in there too.
You were dealing
Like,
with Hawk at that
What's
time.
up, Crystal Johns?
They was having to deal with all that. So
True.
That was kind of the deal.
there's
too.
a lot of stuff going down that time. You had Hawk's little incident, and then Draws getting injured. Not even it wasn't
Yep.
even that far after
Oh
that.
well, that was
Yep,
terrible.
That
man.
was terrible.
Jeez.
He don't even walk anymore. I don't think.
No, he was paralyzed from the neck down, right?
Yeah, man.
I think so. I think he's still like.
D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, D'Lo Brown did
Did
that.
that running power bomb and dropped him.
Yeah. Oh, there's
James
Jim-
E.
Yep, this
Jim
is them
Cornette.
versus the Midnight Express.
Father James.
yeah. I'd love to get him on this podcast. That would
Oh, I'm
great.
sure everybody would love to get Father James in a room and have a conversation with
That's
old
right.
Jim Cornette,
He
brother.
don't hold back. I promise.
Oh, he ain't gonna let anything back. He
He's
will
in Louisville,
fire
baby. He's
Bobby.
in Louisville.
Man, Bobby Eaton's was the best. guy
What's
I've
up,
ever met,
Jessica?
man.
Hey, Bobby Eaton. Let's face it. Bobby Eaton is one of the best. He's probably not even probably. He is one of my top 5 when it comes to all-time great wrestlers. Let's face it. Bobby Eaton, you can throw in there with anyone. You're gonna get your money's worth.
That's right.
You're gonna get your
No,
time's worth. You're gonna get everything you wanted in a wrestling match. And
What-
Bobby Eaton was a god, man.
Anthony says
Jessica Lowe's.
it came together like butt cheeks. I don't know what that
Came
means.
together like butt cheeks, bro. Butt cheeks are supposed to be spread apart, man.
I know, right?
Man, what kind of
That's
party we
true.
having?
I don't know. That's what Anthony says.
Hey, and
Wow.
Jessica Lowe's is watching.
Don't spread
Oh,
yourself
okay.
all
My
over.
wife's watching. I'm in
Yep.
trouble.
Oh yeah, you're in
Uh-oh.
trouble.
Let's make sure she sees something real good right here. Huh?
Hey, let's hey, we'll cut the cameras when the strippers come
just
in.
so you know,
Oh no!
just so you know, that's actually a soda that he was drinking.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about, kid.
yeah. We'll cut the TV camera when the strippers come in.
That's true.
Yeah, we have strippers every show.
Wow, this is like an old Bone Crusher.
Oh shit.
Continental Inn or something.
So
Hey,
where'd
man.
you how did you? So you've been in this wrestling gig for like 20 years.
Yep.
How did you get into it? And why did you get into it?
All right. Long story short, I was a backyard wrestler.
A backyard wrestler. You was a backyard wrestler.
I did backyard wrestling for a couple years.
Trampoline shit or just like
You know what? Surprisingly, we did Spears Gym. We rented out a hall and had a boxing ring. We
okay.
did
Oh,
this for like a
nice.
few years.
So is a boxing ring different than a wrestling
Oh,
ring?
man.
Yeah, this is not quite the same buckles, not quite the same rope feel. Like, you're not getting that spring. There's no give in the ring. Like, this is kind of like
So-
the worst bed you could sleep in.
A boxing ring is stiff.
It's basically
Yeah.
like a stage.
It is. It's like
mean,
it
it's
has
like a
some
stage.
padding to kind of protect you in a way, but
If
it's
you
not
fall.
like gonna hold up and give you that where you could at least compete. In
So I
Exactly.
always wondered if a boxing ring was like a wrestling ring. I guess it's different. You guys are saying
It's very
set
different.
up very much the same way, but very different.
Yeah.
in very
We were
many
doing a
ways.
show over on at Legends Boxing, and the schematics didn't work real well with the boxing ring in the way. So I was like, man, we might be able to use it. Let me get in here and take a bump.
Oh, I bet you regret it.
After-
Instant regret.
After I caught my breath, I was like, fuck that, man. We're going to have to figure out something, you know.
So y'all had you rented out a boxing ring and y'all put on a show.
We were putting on shows.
Was you the promoter or was
No. I'm not gonna get into all that, guy. That's digging into some deep territory
Yeah, that's
that I'm gonna
different.
have to like dig into.
So
to
your
even
buddy-
remember.
one of your
buddies,
one of your backyard
school
buddies?
of ours, like literally there was like 6, 7 of us, and then it kind of branched out to even more guys here in Cincinnati, which we still work with today, whose names I won't mention, but
Mention
yes.
them, man. Come on, tell us.
Let me get a
Hey.
few more shots in. We'll
He
go.
had to get a little bit more.
We're gonna have to start
drunk.
drinking tequila because we're out of bourbon.
I know we did kill the bourbon, didn't we, guys?
Me and Donnie killed that bourbon last time we was here.
that doesn't surprise me about
That was a
Donnie.
brand new bottle, man. It was like
And your wife
here.
said, "Hey, handsome."
Oh, he's talking to me. She's talking to
How you
me.
doing?
Don't be nice to Andy. He's just a guy, all right? But like I was
Hey,
saying,
girl.
She was talking to
like I said,
to
it
her
was like a lot of
husband.
backyard wrestling. It was a lot of us involved, and eventually my buddy got into the Northern Wrestling Federation.
What's up,
which is
Chucky
currently
Smooth?
ran by Roger.
We're going up there Saturday to the Northern Wrestling.
Hey,
Federation.
you guys will see me there. That's spooktacular. And if you're listening out there, this is the 29th. This is on a Saturday. This is at Hits. Your kids can dress up for Halloween. We've got candy to pass out, okay? Have yourself a good old time. Bring your friends. Bring your family. This is PG. This is not a bar brawl.
So that's the main. Is that the main wrestling place that you wrestle?
This ain't the main. Well, technically, it is my main home. The Northern Wrestling Federation is where I came out of 20 so long years ago.
Okay.
I was trained by Roger Ruffen, Karl,
And that's
Anderson.
Roger. Is that Roger
Monster
Ruffin's?
Abyss.
That's Roger Ruffin's promotion.
Yes, that is Roger Ruffen's.
I'd love to get
Nice
him on
to
the
hear.
I'd love to get him on this program.
Well,
at some point.
at Roger Ruffen or actually at his wife Tasha Bachman, if you guys are listening, and Nice Guy Andy would like to get you guys in on a podcast to talk about your wrestling lifestyles.
And
Hell
Chucky
yeah.
Smooth chimed in with, "God damn, Lotus and Ray the Bear Steel in her house."
I actually talked to Chucky for just a few minutes on Messenger today, and he said that him and Al is definitely coming on the show. So
Nice. Chucky
What
Smooth
day?
is a great guy, Hall of Famer. I love
He's
me
really
some
good guy when he's
Chucky
sleeping.
Smooth.
What's up, Max Sled?
they say he's a great guy when he's asleep, right? Right?
Love you,
Right,
Maxie.
Bear?
How's my Care Bear?
Who is that?
Max Sled.
Max Sled's watching this
Max
damn
Sled-
show.
Max Sled said,
Max
"Bar,"
Sled, get your ass on this show.
and Max Sled said, "Bar Brawl, baby. Christopher Michael Lotus live December. Let's go."
Hell yeah.
December 3rd.
I know you're
Hey.
listening right now. Get Bobby Blade back. Get
That's
his
right.
old ancient ass in some gear, tag him up with Lotus, and you dig two guys out of that locker room and tell them to take notice at Bar Brawl.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right.
And Max
One more
Sled,
match.
Max Sled, we want to see Fandito in the ring. Come on.
Anything's possible.
Hey, you might have to at least get him in there for an interview to put it over the podcast. At least
yeah,
Let's put
Bandito.
over wrestling shows here. That's December the 3rd for that Bar Brawl. Everybody, don't let me forget that date. I'm
December
a bad
3rd,
promoter
yeah.
if I don't forget the date here.
I really want to get Larry and Max in
Max
there.
Sled, he gave you the idea. Max Sled said, "Who do you want to see Lowe's face in December at Bar Brawl Live?" Well, Max Sled Lowe's just gave you an idea. Maybe you should make it happen. Get Bobby Blades out of that ring, team up with Lowe's, and find two guys that could take them on.
Hey, Bobby, Bear Steel and Donnie Green.
Yeah.
Oh,
One more match.
man, this is digging up some old days. What are we gonna do? Dig up the old Hayes brothers and make it a trios match?
That would be
Trios
great.
I
tag?
had about 10 last matches.
Yeah, you've had about 10 last matches.
But Chuck said,
Hey.
I think the last time I seen you guys wrestle was at the Constitution Park.
yep.
We could
That's like the
say
last time I did. I went and did a couple shows for Larry.
You remember that show at
Yep.
Constitution
That
Park
was
out there?
That was a good one.
That
They
was a
set-
great
they
show.
actually set me up, man. It was-
I think Bobby Blade was there, actually.
Yeah,
I
they
think.
reared me pretty good on that show. You know, I hadn't wrestled in forever.
It was in the
And-
ballpark. It was right there.
So it's supposed to be Chuck and Larry D, and then we do the run in to set up the tag. Well, man, we're in the back, man. I'm just chilling, and Larry D's out in the ring. And, you know, he's been wrestling. He's on TV doing all the things, and I'm in the back, man. All of a sudden, my music hits, and I'm like, "What's that all about?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're wrestling Larry."
Oh, shit.
No warning, no nothing. And I'm like,
Hey man, I know how you feel,
Hey,
bro. Larry
forget
D,
Right.
wrestling Larry D is no joke, bro. Like
he stiff?
he'll hit you hard as hell and not even hit you hard as hell,
we get about
man.
halfway out there, man, and we're wrestling, and I'm cussing him the whole time, and he's laughing. All of a sudden, he shoots me, and he says, "Spine buster," and I said,
Son of a bitch.
"Yeah, it was
Ah,
bad deal."
shit, son.
I guess you wrestled him, right?
Me and Larry D have had. This is why, honestly, I've been around Larry D for a long. Actually, I've known Larry D at least, I'd say, 17 of my 20 years being here. We ran into each other, and I ran into Ray the Bear. Where was this at? This was the racist town. You know what I'm talking about in Kentucky. It ain't Buford.
Barstown?
Oh, it's out there. It's like a good 2.5 hours from Cincy. Because they had all these white people. Dude, you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking.
I
They
know
were
what you're
racist
talking
as
about.
hell.
Barberville? No?
No, I know. where
I wish
you're talking-
Medler was here. He would remember.
Oh, man.
Because I used to ride with Medler there because those were some of my first outward bookings. But,
Yeah.
like, this town was racist as hell. And
And
here
so-
I am. I come in, and I'm coming in with Medler and a guy named the American Eagle, which was a virus. And,
Yeah.
Glensboro.
Glensboro. Thank you.
Anthony
Very
Presley chimed in.
Glensboro. Who?
Anthony Presley.
Anthony Press. Thank you,
Glensboro.
Anthony. I need to hook
Anthony.
up with this guy and start working with this dude.
Hell yeah, Anthony.
But
That's right.
Glensboro was definitely a racist town. Yo, clear that shit up, okay? Seriously, I hope you have by now. But, like, I am thankful
I
that
doubt
I
it.
met guys like Ray the Bear and Larry D. This is where I
Hold
first
on
met
now, hold on.
Larry.
But that was not my place.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
like
yeah. I
Glensboro.
mean, we
my
understand.
brother,
I mean-
my brother was a Glensboro regular,
Yeah.
and he would always get in a match, And then he would go, and next week I'm bringing my brother.
Not even asked your ass.
He called me and said, hey, man, I need you to come down next week. I told him you was coming. And I'm like, I told you I didn't want to go down there, man. So he got me one time in a match of 4. They did it outside. So they would do it outside in the summer, and they had these 2 tennis courts. They had 2 rings, 4 tag teams, a scaffold, and a car under the scaffold in between the 2 rings.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
And it was.
Did you ever do that match?
Bro, is this like WCW, 96, where they had Hogan climbing some cage with
They didn't even have a
9
camera,
wrestlers?
probably. They didn't even have a camera on this shit.
I've actually got it somewhere.
Oh, you do?
It
Okay.
was absolutely insane. And we wrestled these guys named Rip and Rage, man.
Oh, yeah.
He remembers those guys.
Duck 2!
Right.
Duck 2 and 1! Whack!
Rage.
Sorry,
Rage
Creaker.
ended up going
I know you're
to
out there.
jail.
What is it?
Rage was like, I don't know, 6'5", 270, straight, just solid. And he ended up going to jail, man. He got drunk in a bar down there, man, and broke a cop's leg. And like, he was for real, like a legitimate badass dude. And
Yeah.
so we wrestled him a lot down there. And one time, I'll never forget it, man. I was probably the most scared I ever been. They called a spot where we run in on him. And we hit him, we jumped in on him. Then he wanted me to clothesline him over the top. And he goes, brother, you're going to have to lay it in there. And I was like, to get my big ass over. And he was a nice guy, man. And I was like, all right. So I run in, boom, boom, throw him against the ropes. And I go to hit him, and I threw everything I got. And right when I did, he ducked down a little bit. And I crawled him right across the face. And he flips over and lands on his feet, and his nose is this way, and blood's just gushing.
Shit.
Oh, man.
And he's not even phased. He's just breathing, and the blood's like spitting in his breath, and I'm going.
I killed this motherfucker.
In my brain, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Oh,
So
shit.
I told
Trust me, you see Rip and Rage.
Right, I told Al, I said, dude, roll out and go back there and tell Donnie and Bobby it's on, dude. Like, these dudes are not going to be playing when they hit the dressing room. Like, tell them to get ready. So they did, man, and I go back there because, of course, we went. Somehow we were the baby. I hated being babies. Somehow we were the babies. I go back first, and I'm sitting there in my chair, and I've done, I kind of got my stance, just to be ready, man. And, man, he hits the locker room, man. He's coming right to me. And, dude, I stand up, and he fucking picks me up off the ground with a big hug. Man, that was fucking awesome.
He loved you.
His blood was great. And I'm like, yeah, it was
And sadly,
He fell in love that night.
no, I didn't want to fight him. I promise you. But
I know.
I was going to, but I didn't know.
Oh,
but no,
shit.
he thought it was great. I mean, it was accidental, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
do it
yeah.
And sadly, we lost him last year. Rage.
Oh, did he depay?
Wow.
Anthony
I didn't
Presley
hear
just
that.
Oh, rest in peace, Rage. Rest in
And
No, he was a great.
Who said
guy.
that? Who told
Anthony
you that?
Presley.
Man.
And you may have known Anthony Presley because he wrestled on shows that you were part of.
Probably under
He
a
wrestled
different
as Scott
name.
Storm.
Okay, I know Scott Storm.
Yeah.
Then. Okay,
Scott
see,
Storm.
you change names after a while, and it hurts my head.
Yeah.
20 years in the business, you
And
change your name out of nowhere.
he had about 4 different name changes.
Yeah, no wonder.
Yeah.
I do
Greensboro
remember the
was
name
all right. They
Storm,
had a
though.
great ring, a great building, great energy.
Greensboro?
Yeah, but the promoter was not a wrestling guy, man. He was always trying to stiff somebody, man. And one time I remember he gave he tried to give Larry D like $250.
Yeah, it was like
And Larry-
it was like a Happy Meal money.
Larry was
Oh,
like,
man.
no, bro, like that ain't going down, And we were all like, no, man, you got to come off. We seen what the house was. You got to pay us.
Yeah,
you don't
you gotta
got to
pay
pay them guys, but you gonna pay us.
Yeah.
We're gonna get our money. We come all the way down here and we put a good show on always. So
So you were doing your first stuff was the backyard wrestling. Y'all rented a boxing ring and y'all did some matches. Okay. Where are we going from there?
Basically, I went on and followed a buddy of mine. He went on to the Northern Wrestling Federation, which is ran and owned by Roger Ruffen.
Okay.
And my training began, it was December 2021.
December 2021. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
2021.
That was last-
2021, sorry, 2001.
I
I'm
was
saying,
like,
I'm
hold
like,
on,
wait a
man,
minute.
that
I was like, you only been doing this shit a year?
This is what
Come on.
happens when you get me tired in here, guys. You already got me 2 shots deep, and I'm saying
So,
wrong numbers. Don't give me
2001.
any math.
He basically said that he was
2001.
wrestling a year.
2001, sorry.
You damn rookie, get the hell out of here.
You shut up. You need the green horse. I'll kick your ass.
When we were going down for Raj, man, these guys were young, man, but you could just see in them, man, how hungry they were, and
Yeah.
You know how much they wanted it, and they just wanted to. But I always tried to slow them down. I was like, man, slow down so you can last forever, bro.
Yeah.
Like it took me a long time, you know, to get that. I remember Larry
It
Corey
takes
told me that
everyone.
one time, and I just looked at him like he was crazy, but he was like, brother, I'm telling you, slow down, quit doing so many bumps. You know, put a good show on. You can still put it, and you can put a good show on without doing all the things. But like those guys, like Roger's guys, man, they were just, man, Chad, him, Jay, they were just bam, bam, bam.
Zodiac's one of these guys too.
No, Zodiac's kind of his own dude.
Yeah,
like,
Zodiac was on
he's
his
kinda-
own dude. He worked for Raj a whole lot.
Yeah,
way
he
back
worked
in
for
the day. He
everybody,
was
right.
Yeah, he trained for Roger
He
Ruffen,
probably
right?
did, but
He
he
was
still
there.
kind of done his own. Like I don't
he-
remember him ever just being exclusive to
Yeah,
one place.
he
Yeah.
never was real exclusive
Right.
to anyone other than probably Joseph Schwartz because that's his like one of his best
Yeah.
friends.
He
He'll
tried to
do
do as
everything
much
with
as he can.
Joseph.
He
He
wanted to-
does, dude. He's everywhere,
Right,
dude.
he wanted to do it all, and a great dude. Great
I look at his
worker.
Facebook and he's like,
Great gimmick too.
he, every weekend he's everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
He's
Right now he's working. And I actually just talked to Zodi last night because I always check up on him. We had a few workouts during
Awesome
the pandemic.
guy.
Oh, dude, I love my Zodi.
Yeah, he's a great
Love
dude,
my Zodi boy. Right now he's busy working. Trust me, he's going to be pretty busy working probably till December, so you might not see him wrestling as much. If,
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm not saying that, but I'm going to let him take care of his matters.
Yeah.
He's busy.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of them guys always, it happens to everybody. We always got to take care of business in real life too.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
I know he's out there somewhere. I hope he's listening. If he catches up, I love you.
Yeah. I want him to come back on the show. He's like, I'm busy. I'm going to get your ass back on the show. You're our
He is a
champ.
defending
If you
champion.
bring him on the show, I'm going to hop in that car and come up.
Hey, we'd like to have you inside here if he
Man, he
ever
came in.
pops in.
The first time I had him on the show, he won our belt. We got the NiceGuyAndy podcast belt. He won our belt. He came on the next weekend, and my guys were sick. Both of my guys had COVID. He's like, I ain't scared of COVID, motherfucker. And he comes in here, and he's wearing his mask, and he co-hosts a show with me. And I was like, this motherfucker's great, dude. I
really
love you, man.
is.
I love that guy.
He's a good dude.
That's the best thing about Zodiac. He didn't have to wear a mask. He was always wearing a mask for COVID.
Yeah.
That's
He's
true.
already protected. He's hell with diseases. I ain't catching this shit.
Yeah. Awesome
That's
guy.
right.
He's awesome, motherfucker, man.
They used to come out carrying that.
So you started training with Roger Ruffen,
2001.
2001, not 2021.
December, sorry.
Okay.
And my career actually kind of kicked off like Ray the Bear said. It was quick. It was about 3 months in, and I was my first match went into Blanchester.
Yeah.
And I really don't remember stopping too much after that. Like this, Ray the Bear can condone this too. Like Roger used to run about 3 days a week, and we would train.
He had us working all the time, man.
We would run 3 days a week and train 3 days a week. You were NWF, and you were NWF for life, like 6 days a week. The day you had off, you caught up with your buddies and went to the bar and kind of just enjoyed your night.
Yeah, we did.
But any other night, you were there. You were working your ass off.
So y'all had 3 shows a week?
Yeah, we had the Monday Madison down at the Madison Theater every
That-
Monday.
that
We tried.
was-
We had school shows every
The
Friday
Monday,
almost.
the Monday shows were legit. Bro.
Monday was awesome. Like, if you haven't been to the Madison Theater, and I don't know if it's changed much, I haven't been there in a couple years, so change me online if you can. If anything's updated, let me know. But they used to have this big screen that would come down, like how you got this TV right here, a big raw screen would come down for the whole crowd to watch, and we used to have an intro. And then boom, matches.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you would see everything that's happened within the last couple shows.
Hello, World.
That's the last match. So Roger, here's the thing about Raj. I love Raj. His shows are ran like the most professionally run show. Like everything's on a schedule, everything's timed, everything. You got this much time. You got to do.
You even got certain referees with that time frame, son.
So at 9 o'clock, the last match is ending, and as that match is ending, the movie screen is coming down, and Raw's coming on, and it's a bar.
Yeah.
So it's the perfect atmosphere for dude. It was some of the
at the
funnest-
time it was great for TV,
Right.
Because you were kind of like as an independent wrestler learning TV that young too, like
Right.
learning where to pan to, learning where the crowd really is, learning what you really need to do to focus on you at the time. And man, trust me, when I first doing in Madison shows, I had a hell of a time. Like I was getting to do an angle with Slick Rick at the time.
Right.
This is a ring announcer. Like, dude, this was awesome for me when you have a backdrop.
That
to
is
tell
very
the story,
awesome.
And you're messing with a guy everybody loves that's innocent and can't fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I was loving that.
And then and he kind of at that time he really mixed with MWA. So you had these two totally different styles. So you got all these Ohio guys that and they're just we call spot monkeys, and they just bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
They're all over you. they're doing all these acrobatics, all these things. Well, we're old school wrestling. Like we're punch, knock, kick, brawl, work the crowd. So it was a really good mix because like you got me who's just getting in there and just knocking people down and talking shit to the people. But then you got a guy the same size, Stamp Lickage, who's doing fucking moonsaults and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, so when you put those two together, man, it really made some interesting and quality matches. And it was one of the funnest times I had was doing the Madison Theater.
Yeah, definitely. It was a great time.
Right.
Dude,
I mean, and
beer
the
was
roster
cheap.
was super solid.
You get to watch Raw when you're done. You just go sit out in the crowd.
Yep.
You can sell your gimmicks. You know what I mean?
You had
great atmosphere, good after party. The food was even good. You know what I mean? There was
Definitely.
restaurants all
always had
over
good
Madison
after parties,
Avenue.
But
That's what it's all about.
You had me and Justin and Donnie and Chris and Scott coming up.
Hey, don't forget Psycho Sam wrestling and hanging out as much as he is lately.
You got Sam, you got Stam, you got Taxi, you got these guys.
Ruffen.
You got Jay, you got Abyss, you got Allegra. And, I mean, it was just, dude, every match was, you go to shows and you're like, there's a couple matches that are okay. And then, your later matches are, no, from top to bottom, the matches were solid, man.
You got a show.
Right.
You got a show that ended and began at the time it needed to start and finish. And you got Raw coming down on that screen as soon as it needed to come on. You never missed. Honestly, we would be done at times when, what was it, La Femme Nikita was on, right? At the time USA. It was right before Raw. Literally, it'd be the last 2 minutes, and it'd go right on the Raw.
Right on.
And there was times that commercial, that bring-in commercial with JR and Lawler would come on, and then boom, here's a little boom, and then boom.
That sounds great.
The last match going too long, and the screen coming down during the match, so you got Raw on, and the last match is finishing up. It was legit, man. It really was.
It was legit. A feeling, and it was especially if that crowd was hot. If you had a good crowd, that place, it was.
Man, there's some great.
It was so well set up to where the ring was lower and the crowd was in the level enough to where they'd see the ring right where you would wrestle.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if you've ever seen. That's almost like you're the first level at any stadium you're at, where you can see right on.
Right.
I love that level.
Yes.
You can see directly.
Yeah,
the NWF.
Man.
NWF has a venue like that now. It's Ludlow Theater. If you sit at the bar and look at where the ring sits, you can directly see everything you need to see straight ahead.
I had so much heat. I had so much heat there, and I don't think I ever won a match there, but I had so much heat, and the people every time I came out would block the way because they didn't really do a lot of security. They would block where I couldn't go get to the ring. Yeah.
You remember I was security at the Madison for a little bit there.
Great job. Great job.
You're welcome.
They would block us where we couldn't get through to the ring, and it's like, man, what's going on? But, man, I got so many memories from there, dude. Crazy stories. I remember when Jay broke his arm, and, that was all Jay. I was like, brother, he wanted – they had that balcony – over, at overlook in between the ring and the thing. And he was like, brother, I'm going to hit a moonsault. He said, you go out of the ring and lay on the ground, and I'm going to come running from that balcony and do a moonsault and hit you. And I was like, okay. And he was young, man. He was, young guys. And I didn't listen when I was younger. And I was like, brother, let me stand up. I said, if I'm standing up, because I can't see where he's coming from because of it was so high. I said, if I'm standing up,
you'll be able to at least get an
move,
eye on him.
I can catch you, and it'll be just no. I've been out there all day. I've eyed it. I've got it. Man, I said, all right. I'm laying on the ground, and all I see is Jay fly over top of me and hit the ring, and broke his arm, man.
Oh wow,
man!
Jay had a lot of issues in the NWF when it came to this kind of stuff. He actually, it wasn't even. I don't even know whose fault this one when Allegra Anderson slapped him. And it busted his eardrum.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
He tried to do a moonsault off the apron to the floor one night and broke his wrist.
That's it.
That was the
me.
one?
Yeah,
okay, that was you. Okay,
about.
so I was actually security that night.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I told you.
I remember that. I was there. I was literally over here, and they're over here, and boom. It's you could just see his.
And he was like,
Trust me.
So I tried to roll him in the ring. So he was supposed to go over. I tried to roll him in the ring and pin him.
Yeah.
Because he was hurt. And he kicked out.
Yeah, he tried to keep going like he's fighting with his life.
I'm like, bro, it's over.
Just go home. Like, take it home, take care of yourself.
Some stupid little role, which I didn't care. I was doing the pin. I didn't never care if I won or lost. I got my heat. That was my. That was what
your
I was
goal
there
is
for.
to get the crowd into it.
So, man, he was so hell bent on getting that victory, man, that we had to go into another spot, you know. And I was like, brother, like, you're dangling here, brother. Like, I'm, you know, but you know, I was young too, you know, and you know, he's so far now, you know, he's way up there. But back then, you know, like I said, I didn't listen, and young guys usually don't. But if I can tell young guys anything, man, slow down, take your time, get your money.
That's right.
He is not wrong. I should have followed this years ago because I hated the fucking ropes.
Right.
Oh man,
I swear to God, if you
hitting
watch
the ropes.
my last couple matches, I haven't done a shoot off in weeks.
Chucky said Roger finds the best venues, always has, and that Lulo is amazing.
Lula. Somebody wasted. Hey, I think we're a little low, ain't we?
I know we're a little low.
A little low, ain't we? Hey, Ray,
what happened to
Ray, you want to go pick us something out that ain't vodka?
Oh, whatever y'all want to get, I don't care.
You got some tequila in there.
That's fine too. I just don't.
I'll
No
be right
vodka.
back.
You don't want me to have vodka.
No vodka?
Right? Yeah,
I'll be
trust
right
me.
back.
I'm hateful on vodka.
Oh, you got the tequila in here already.
Oh wow! Look at
I
this.
don't know where that came from.
He's hibernating tequila over here. Look at this
I mean,
guy.
that is his finishing
I'm gonna
move.
go to the bathroom. I'll be
Well,
right
he's
back.
in the
Hey, actually,
bathroom.
hey, while we're here, you check this shit out. You guys watching this on
Yeah,
TV
I'll
right
be
here?
watching, don't
All
I?
right, do you remember this time frame? Do you know what's going on right
Yes.
now?
Oh,
If anybody at home doesn't know this time frame, all right, here, let me tell you something about what's interesting about this. All right, Luger is a heel. Okay?
Yes.
Luger and Sting are together, and babyface Sting with heel Luger right
Yep.
now. And I don't know why, but I always thought this was a good story.
Yeah.
Like, this didn't last as long as I thought it should.
It should
And I
have.
didn't know what it was building to, but I think they nixed it. And I don't know if I'm right, but, like, still, this was one of the more interesting stories I think they had because he's straight up heel, being a baby, being a heel, but going back to being a baby. And then if I'm right, if this is the match I'm right about, I'm thinking
Yes.
Luger socks this one of these guys with a sock full of quarters to win this match.
I think they does.
But, like, seriously, this is some good shit when it comes to storytelling wrestling because that's hard to do. This is almost impossible to do if you're young.
That's what you get no
This
more.
is something you can learn a lot from. This
You don't
match.
get
Exactly.
stories no more, man.
No, and
get
you know
stories
what?
no more.
I said this out loud the other day, Ray the Bear, and I want to know what people think about this. And if you're online listening to me, maybe come at me. Come at me a little hard. I don't care. You know, we're here having a good time. But I'm going to say this. Social media has sent wrestling through the roof. Obviously, there's podcasts. There's any kind of radio. I mean, you got Jim Cornette. You got everybody out there in the world listening to you when it comes to wrestling. Some part of it died.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And everybody's saying it's storytelling, and I'm saying they're right.
Yes.
Oh, man.
But also,
Gimmicks.
eh,
You don't have any gimmicks anymore. You got
yeah, I agree. Gimmicks are there, but you know what? I said this to Kirk Shepard a long time ago, and I'm going to say this: characteristics. You have to have some kind of characteristics in the real world to make it in professional wrestling, or even in
Exactly.
the independent. I don't even call myself a professional wrestler. I'm an independent. Okay? I will never be a professional till one day my ass signs a contract. But I will always be happy to call myself an independent.
That's
And
right.
I'm not. There's no slight on me or anybody out there.
You're still a pro though.
You know,
Independent pro
as
wrestler.
professional as I can be, I'm an independent.
So is there
wrestler.
such a
That's
thing as
right.
an independent pro wrestler?
You know
What's up,
what? I
B-Money?
wish people would quit combining shit.
well. I just
Stop
you know,
that. That should not happen. I'm an independent wrestler and it's professional wrestling. Professional wrestling is what we're watching on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are done by the pros. I'm an independent. I travel on my own volition. I travel where the money is. I travel who I want to work with. I travel who I want to work for. I travel where I want to work.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can be a professional and be an independent wrestler. I don't understand why people have to combine the two to make that make sense.
Yeah.
That's dumb etiquette, and that's fucking stupid.
Exactly.
It is. It really is. But here's the thing for me. Social media has shot wrestling through the roof, and a lot of people are complaining about storytelling. Here's my thing. Is it the storytelling, or are people not remembering your matches?
Well, it's very forgettable because
It's so
Very
fast.
forgettable. Thank you. That helps
Exactly.
my opinion, though.
It's so fast,
The way
though.
I look at it,
That was a
now,
quick response, but yeah, that's right. It's very forgettable. Okay,
Yes.
here's the thing. Let me draw back. How many of you remember the Iron Man match?
Right.
There's been
I
multiple
do.
Iron Man matches, people. Multiple. But if
Exactly.
I am on this live this podcast, and I say, y'all remember the Iron Man match, you automatically in your head think Brett and Sean.
Right.
Damn straight.
Damn straight.
Well, you go.
Okay,
back.
you remember Brett and Austin,
Or Hell in a Cell.
Right.
Kane
remember-
and Taker.
Yep.
Or Kane
Today's
and
wrestling,
Kane.
I'm not saying isn't good, but who the fuck's remembering your matches?
Exactly.
What match can you remember in the last almost 10 years that's memorable? What match stood out so... Okay, I'll give you maybe a couple. Was it Omega or Kenny Omega and what's his face in Japan? They
Jericho?
went
Okada.
Okada. They went 3 matches. Those were memorable.
Yep.
But look at the story they told with it. That's where the story part fits in. But you remember the matches, right?
Yep.
I think a lot of problem with wrestling today is so people are fucking indie-rific. They don't tell story. They don't work towards a show. They don't work towards a story. So guess what? How are they going to remember your matches, but they remember that one little fucking spot you do? I'm not here for a gif. I'm not here for a little fucking
reel.
meme. I'm not here for like 2 seconds of a pop kick, even though it's cool to see. I want people to remember, in case you didn't notice, I'm Christopher Michael Lotus.
That's right.
Yeah.
You guys brought me in here because you said I tore it up,
Yeah.
right?
And that's what y'all do. That's what you did.
How many
It
other
all
fucking
comes
people
down
go
to
out in the independents can
impact.
go say that? Everybody on the independents, like Jack Vaughn is killing it right now, and he's pissing a lot of people off, and I'm for it.
I like it too.
If your butt hurt, continue to be. He's right.
Exactly.
Are you fucking kidding me? He's right.
And they're proving
in
that he's
every
right.
sense of the word. There are so many good independent wrestlers right now that should be under contract, and what the fuck am I watching?
Exactly.
You know, I love wrestling all my heart, but seriously, I don't remember a fucking thing AEW's in the last 3 weeks.
It's so fast. Yeah.
It's so fast. You bring in so many of these indie kids, and you know what?
Hey,
a lot
May
of them are
Fox.
good.
Yeah.
They are. They are. If you watch them on the independents, they're good. But like, you can't get into them, can you? You
Nope.
don't remember any of the matches they had on there, even though it's going to be memorable for them. But you don't remember anything they're doing.
Because they're not taking their time and telling a story, building up to it.
They're not building anything for these guys.
Try some of that.
Oh shit.
That
Willer I just pulled you.
Also,
the difference for me.
Yeah, go ahead, Ray. Yeah, sorry. I know I cut you off, but I just
Well,
wanted to
you're
get that
good.
out.
It's your show. The difference is for me, I was an '80s wrestling.
My God,
That's
it's
right
so
here
smooth.
we're watching. So, and over time, it's evolved, but it's also so in the '80s, this shit was real.
Yeah.
Like we were on the edge of our seat. Like these guys are those guys are legitimate tough guys. They look like they can whoop some ass. Okay, it's real. So then the internet hit, around the 90s, and it took some of the, they gave up some of the secrets and some of the things. But then here come Hall Nash, here comes Stone Cold. They made you be able to lose yourself in the believability again.
Yeah.
Today, no believability. None.
exactly.
Today,
You
everybody's
go-
so into them damn
Right.
selves.
You go and I
It
watch
really
this
is.
guy.
Exactly.
So selfish
the difference
bullshit.
is, like, you had these wrestling fans, dedicated wrestling fans that will live for every show, everything. Now
They do. They're at every, like you guys, they're in the crowd.
Now
That's
it's
right.
like the circus is coming to town. There's something coming to town, so let's just all go. Fuck it. It don't matter if you're a wrestling fan. That's why I was talking about the front row. Look at the front row here. These are people that saved all year to go.
To go.
And if they could get a hold of one of them guys, they'd hit 'em. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Today you got celebrities and you got people paying $4,000 and $5,000 to sit there
up there.
for status.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
it's the status quo.
And
Exactly.
half the guys in the ring, you're looking at.
But
like,
they didn't have a show every week. There,
the
did.
status
That's
quo.
that's some good
You're
shit.
looking
dude.
at the guys in the ring, and you're like, I can.
What about that?
Damn straight.
So it's
What about that? That's good, right?
Ooh, boy.
Oh, and I got something for you, Bear.
That's 107.
B Money said, when we going to retire Donnie?
Oh, he don't want.
I thought Donnie was retired.
He is. Yeah, he knows better.
He's scared of bear. That's what he
always
is.
has been.
Scared. Donnie ain't scared.
If he's not scared, he'll accept Bear's challenge.
Yeah, but I don't know. Today's wrestling, I'm not going to shoot on anybody saying anybody ain't good, but there's a lot of selfish bullshit going on.
Well, it fits the
If
time.
you can't-
It fits the time.
CM Punk is the most selfish wrestler I've ever seen in my
Jesus
life.
Christ. I'm not going to comment on shit like that because I don't want to.
Yeah.
No
Exactly.
offense. It's just
I'm not a
that
fan.
kind of shit's a waste of my time.
Here's
Exactly.
the thing. If you get a job, so
Yeah, you get a
it's
job.
your job, bro.
Your job.
If
You get a job.
If Vince McMahon says go clean the fucking bathrooms, you go clean the bathrooms and you do
You know,
your
the
job
sad
with a
thing is, like,
smile.
we clean up rings and shit all the
Right,
time. Like, I'm
and-
carrying boards and chairs still to this
and he's
day. Like,
complaining about
this
everybody
motherfucker's
else.
just complaining about other shit.
Damn
show up, do
straight.
your job. That's it.
God
It's a
damn.
job, bro.
Yeah.
Every company you go to, you got something to say, and you wonder why you got your ass beat so bad in UFC. Shut the fuck up.
An idiot.
Just do
Punk
your
is
fucking
terrible,
job.
man.
Dude, I'll fight you now, you bitch.
My son loves him, and I hate fucking CM
No,
Punk.
it's
I hate him too.
I've always
It
hated
happens.
him.
You notice that happens in family, though? Like, my mom hates Carrie Fisher. Like,
Yeah.
to a T. Like, fucking
Oh, really?
despises her. But me, I love her.
Princess Leia?
Yeah, she hates Princess Leia, but me, I fucking love Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, me
And you know
too.
why? Because she's so open-minded.
Yeah.
Like, you have to let shit go, Mom. Like, okay, she was a little bit of a floozy in the 80s.
Yeah, we
Bro,
like
it's
floozies.
Carrie
We love floozies.
Fisher.
Hey, that's not a bad. I never met a
Here's the
slut.
thing.
The job of the hut.
I met a.
Yeah, I know, right?
I never met a slut I didn't like.
Slave
But here's
Leia.
the thing, I'm not slut shaming or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, my mom and them are so old fashioned they have a hard time getting rid of the times. Like, they're not like that anymore. But, like, goddamn, let people live.
Exactly.
Like, you know how long we get to live?
Not very long.
No.
That's what I
Life is
tell
too
people all the
damn
time.
No,
short.
and if you're telling me I could have had sex with Carrie Fisher, clue me
That's
in.
right.
Sorry, honey, I know you're
Spe-
listening, but
Especially when she was
seriously.
60, huh?
Hey, you know what? I would say that about Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, me
exactly.
too.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Some girl a long time ago put this on her thing, and it was like a thing during a pandemic. Like, what girls do you think were really hot back in the day? And you know, you got your Tiffany Amber Thiessens, and you know those 90210 girls.
Yeah.
I put Michelle Pfeiffer in her Catwoman outfit.
Damn straight.
I am not gonna lie. That woman was a Catwoman.
Yes, she
All right,
was.
look at the comics. Watch that woman at bro, sexy. Selena
Yes.
fucking Kyle. Okay, woman had it.
Exactly.
Mwah, that was my woman of the 80s. All
Chef
right.
kiss to her.
Mwah. Whoever you are, Michelle Pfeiffer, you're like my wife I never married in the Baltimore.
Damn
somewhere.
And it's
Oh,
true
shit.
too. She was hot.
You know what? Funny is, all right, Roger Ruffen, if he is out there, you know, one of the girls he liked was Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember having this conversation. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis was one of his. I wish there was more people around. Like, we actually had a really big, deep conversation, like who the '80s girls were that you thought were just really cute. And most of the internet will obviously say the Saved by the Bell, the 90210s, the Melrose places. But me, I'm like, no, give me Lydia Dietz.
Damn straight.
Are you kidding me? Give me the sexy goth girl who wants
That's
to play
right.
with the scissor hands.
That's
That
right.
girl's a freak.
She was a freak. She still looks good for her age,
You know,
too.
I wish she would have chose better options in life. I know she had some, issues with theft and stuff, but you know what? She was fun to watch back in the day.
Yes, she was.
She had some of my favorite movies. Even when she brought into Star Trek as Spock's mom, like, she was still a good actress. Like, I still believe that role. Like, wow, that was ouch.
Facts.
Because they killed her in that, like, opening scene there.
Oh,
She didn't
Bobby
really
Blaze is
last.
finally watching.
Y'all
Who?
know- you
Yeah,
know this
Bobby
is-
Blaze.
Oh, you finally watching, you
Tell
old
him.
son of a bitch? Hey, you butt cheek, you listening out there? I'm trying to get Larry D to book us in a tag match. Yeah, you're gonna get your gear on. You're gonna run off that apron and drop bows like Luda said so, and you're gonna tag up with Lotus at Barbara.
That's right, Bobby.
What about that, Bobby?
And Anthony Presley
Get on it,
said,
Bobby. Sign that contract, fool.
Anthony Presley said, a lot of the talent now want to get all their stuff in instead of working the crowds and getting them emotionally invested in the matches
There
and
they
cheering
are
for the
right
baby
there,
faces and wanting to see
Fine.
the heels get beat. Less is more. That's right.
You know, less is more, but I always think, too, like, how your baby face is going to react in these situations. You guys like me for what reason? Why did you exactly bring me here?
Because you're a real, like, when we watch you wrestle, you're giving 110% out there. You're like
Damn
always
straight.
involved.
And your reactions.
When you come out, you work the crowd. You're an old school like wrestler, and you do
And
this-
he's got the reactions down pat.
yeah, and you're the wrestler.
Man, I hope 100% of wrestling is listening to this today, right?
You're a wrestler.
You know what I
They
mean?
Don't
Like,
listen to us. I've been telling them for years.
how do
They don't
you
listen
not book me in general?
What's up,
Like,
Sean?
you know how many times I get left on red by fucking promoters out here? Like, you've had this happen, Ray. Like, there's guys that bring you on podcasts for a reason because you stuck out. And then you ignore them in DMs. Like, I fucking hopped in a car with Brian Pillman Jr. during the pandemic. You want to know how many of those promoters I've heard back from, even though I did my fucking job to a T?
Sometimes when you do
Zero.
too good, let me tell you something.
They
This
don't
is
want
something I
you.
learned. You do too good and you outshine those
Yeah,
guys.
they don't want
This
you to
happened
come
me.
back because you're going to do something that the other guys can't fucking figure out, and that's
Damn
fucking
straight.
stupid. If you're out here telling me you're 100% about wrestling, how the fuck are you ignoring my fucking DMs?
That's
All
right.
right, I'm allowed to be a little mad about that. So is Jack Vaughn for that fucking matter, all right? And if you want me to spill some beans, here's some reality for you all. Me and Jack Vaughn dealt with some fucking pedophiles back in the day. All right? We got pushed around and told we weren't good enough by a bunch of goddamn baby fuckers. I'm not going to hold back on that shit. That's why he's shooting as much as he is today. And a lot of people are going to sit back and take what I have to say, and when they need to listen to what he has to say too.
That's true.
You know what? You told me that guy ain't good. Look up Muldoon. That's Jack Vaughn. I know Jack Vaughn personally. I wrestled Muldoon all over the independents. And the fact that now you're putting titles on him because he changes his name and finds a character. The fact that now he's shooting all over these fucking independent assholes that don't want to give you credibility but always want to be selfish upon their own. Are you kidding me?
Is he from around here, Jack
Exact-
Vaughn?
Jack Vaughn is from around here. I won't give his whereabouts.
Let's get him
I'd
on
like
the
to get
show,
him on
man.
here.
Let's get him on the show.
But let me tell you, Jack Vaughn has a lot of issues to be angry about, and so do I. I have a lot of issues to be angry about, too, because everybody goes out saying, make wrestling fucking better. How are you making it any fucking better by telling your veterans or leaving them on read? I would as much rather have seen a fucking no in my goddamn messenger than be left on fucking read.
That's right.
Take some fucking responsibility as much as you want us to take on your goddamn shows and just say fucking no.
Facts. And Bob Blaze said, my lecture has been out for a while. Now that he sees that Michael Lotus is on here, he said, I hope my lecture goes back out.
Bobby!
I hope you choke on a fucking White Castle burger, you slider eating bitch.
And Anthony Price said, we enjoyed having Jack Vaughn work for us. We booked him against Carlito. Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, exactly. How old is Jack Vaughn now, though? 30s, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sad to say. Sad to say. He was this good at fucking Muldoon.
Damn straight.
And the fact that nobody's booked me and him on the independents makes all you fucking idiots who want to glorify yourselves stupid.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me? Ask Jack Vaughn yourself how many times we ended up in a ring. Why? Yeah. Why don't you ask him why? Maybe he'll tell you the same fucking pedophiles.
Exactly.
Honestly, I kind of thank him for that note because at least I got to work with a guy who didn't mess with kids.
Damn straight.
Really? Wow. Okay. How many people is involved in that shit?
Let's just say enough. But you know what? I'm just going to cut that part because, I'm going to get in trouble if I go any further.
Yes.
Okay.
I understand.
But, it does anger me a little bit, and I'm allowed to speak about it.
Damn
I've been
straight.
out here 20 years. Everybody out here.
Hey, it's
all
your
these
show. You can say what the fuck
promoters,
you want to say.
All these fucking promoters with their personal opinions all the time. It's like, dude, I'm just trying to get a payday and work with my buddies.
Damn straight.
I think you need a hug.
Sometimes we
He's
do.
a hug, don't he?
We do. But something?
bro.
Here's the thing. You know why I never shoot on a promoter like Larry D? It isn't that he's intimidating. Larry treats me like the fucking man I should be. I'll just say this. There was a show recently where a kid tried to slip in a beer and he was underage.
To the show?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And he lied about it.
Okay.
And he lied right to Larry's face.
Okay.
And if there's one fucking thing Larry said to me that made any kind of sense in this business, is this business lacks real fucking men.
Yeah.
It
Damn
does.
straight.
It really does. I just,
agree with
I
that.
can't throw that
I
any
agree,
further.
too.
I can't throw it any further. You know,
I
I've
agree
worked
with you
with
on that.
Larry almost 17 years in this business, and the reason I'm still around and I'm working for him is because
Bear
of this
was right there when he first started,
Bear's
right?
been around him this
Damn
long for a
straight.
reason. We're real fucking men, ain't we, Bear? We hang, we
we-
bang, we can take a goddamn shot.
You
These
damn
guys
straight.
today don't do like what we did. I know the last show I went to, I was sitting in the back, and I'll never forget this. And I don't, like I said, I won't call no names, but we were in the back, and you know the show was over, and we always went out and drank and.
You would hang, you would be a dude.
After the thing, and I was like, "Hey man, where's everybody going? What they're doing?" And motherfucker looked at me right in the eye and said, "Man, they're all gonna go home and get on Fortnite and play games together." I said,
That's the new era
It's a
today.
different-
Yep.
It's today's world. Like,
It's a different thing, man. It's a
And, you know,
totally
you
different
guys
thing.
joke
What?
about, hey, I'm bringing strippers in here, but you know we did that kind of shit.
Yeah.
like
Damn
we
straight you
used it.
did.
We've done that. If you like, we've had kegs of beer and
Like
strippers.
the Undertaker said,
Like,
there's
that's
too
not
many people like
unhidden
that.
layer. Like we used to have a good time.
You damn
Yeah,
straight.
We used to
always
have
had
a
a good
real
time.
good time. Like I don't know, today's era is so fucking PC.
Yeah.
Like you can't have a beer. You'd have to have a fucking seltzer.
Donnie Green
You always
says, speaking
smoking
to the
cigarettes.
mic.
You're smoking candy,
Man,
fucking
shut
flavored shit.
Speaking to the mic, Bear.
Who says that? I'm right
Thanks for
here.
tuning
I'm
in,
a-
Nessie.
sad.
I'm gonna
Like,
get a new mic over there.
Y'all
I'm
wonder
gonna
why I'm happy to see Ray the Bear a lot and Donnie Green and like all them guys. Like, dude, these guys can drink.
Yeah.
And these
Like,
are
hey,
real
we can have
men,
a beer.
too.
We can be a dude.
Oh, I love having these guys in there. Like
And
I
this
had
is a
Bob-
real man right
I've
here.
had Bobby Blade
You're a
on
real
here,
man.
and he just told the greatest stories. And then I had Bear and Donnie in here, and I've had Bobby Green in here. The old guys always tell the greatest stories, and I've
Because they're real
Scott,
men.
Scott Storm, Anthony Presley, he told some
Well,
great
we made
stories last
I
night.
mean, we made stories.
Yeah.
That's right.
They're not made up. Like we lived. We lived a certain way, and we did. We had fun. and
Scott
we
Diamond was in
control,
here.
but-
You know, Scott Diamond's been in here. You know, they tell great stories.
these
Guys
are
got
real men
great
right
stories.
here.
We got real stories though too, and that's the problem with wrestling today. Sometimes you need to tell a real one. You guys got
Damn
a real
straight.
one out me tonight. Trust me. You might get a few more. Honestly, I ain't
Hey,
gonna hold
tell 'em.
back. Like,
Tell 'em.
I
Hey,
ain't
we
gonna
don't-
give you
we don't
names
mind
in some
that.
certain scenarios, but trust me, there's a lot of anger in Jack Vaughn, and if it's coming out, you deserve it.
Exactly.
You deserve it. Earn it.
Exactly.
You know, own it. Own it.
Damn
Seriously.
straight.
You guys out here just acting a fool with these kids. Like some of them just got privileges you don't want to speak on. Let's face it.
So many of them. And there are a lot of them that haven't paid their dues, haven't earned the right to do what they do. They just get handed opportunities. They don't even try to
You know, it's
scratch a
hard
claw.
to hear after 20 years somebody even look at you and say, pay your dues.
It's not earned anymore for sure.
Exactly.
I mean,
You know,
I mean-
you telling us to pay dues? Seriously? I've got like fucking metal in my wrist. I've got an ankle the size of a softball. And I see kids coming in here 6 years and don't even do shit and get fucking way better fucking roles than I get half the time. And you guys are telling, oh, keep paying your dues, you know, like take a back
Exactly.
seat. Like, dude, you told me the same shit for 20 years. If you want to give somebody privilege, just say that.
Yeah.
man, we had to.
And I got no beef. It's your show. But at least let me work with who I want to work with and pay me a
Exactly.
fucking envelope.
Well, when I started, this was our Saturday. We met at 8 a.m. in Lexington. We drove to Mount Sterling. We put the ring up. We trained. Then we did the show.
Yeah.
We took the ring down,
Yeah.
put the ring up, and by 1 a.m. we were heading home
Yeah.
every Saturday.
Facts.
Every Saturday.
Every.
That's
Every
called
Saturday.
earning your dues. We cleaned the locker room.
This guy travels around like crazy. I see you everywhere.
Everything.
At one point, I was actually around a lot, especially during the pandemic. But once it hurt me when Pillman did get signed. I'm proud of him. Trust me, I can't throw that farther. I'm proud of him. I am. And it hurt me a little bit because all the promoters I had in my DMs just disappeared one day.
Would you
Facts.
wrestling with him a lot?
I wrestled him. You know, surprisingly, okay, here's a good story. My first fucking booking after this whole, well, it was during the pandemic, but after, like, people
How was
started-
pandemic for you?
Good.
Pandemic was good for you?
Good, actually. This is where I'm
Did you
getting
wrestle a
to.
lot during pandemic?
Surprisingly, yes. I had to go out. Yes, I had to go out to, like, Tennessee and fucking Alabama and Pittsburgh, like, open states.
Yeah.
States that, you know, had, you know, the the restrictions were low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the places that were booking, like, you know, this is stadiums and, you know, the promotions that lived in the country.
Yeah.
You know,
Did y'all
Tennessee's
have
all the
audiences?
country. Yeah, we had good ones.
Really?
Good ones. Like I'm getting to now. Okay, first promoter I'm going to check off my list. This was Tommy Henry. This is Kenzie Page's dad.
Okay, what promotion is this?
KFW.
KFW out of where?
Tennessee.
Out of Tennessee. KFW out of Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee.
This is during the pandemic.
During the pandemic. This is end of July 2020. And Pillman, I told him, I was like, I want to get in the car. I want to go wherever you're going, anywhere we can get booked. Because, down here, nowhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the tri-state, nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like I was desperate. So I hopped in the car one day with this kid named Christopher Michael. He's in my NWF locker room. He's one of the future stars. You can look him up.
Yeah.
We get in the car. We're going our way to Tennessee. It's like a 5.5 hour trip straight down 75 south. Easy ass trip. I mean, you take a right and it's boom down the street left. It's in like almost like a campground area. This dude had a decent sized building. It's almost like one of those committee buildings. You know what I mean? Probably where they vote on everything for the campsite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Decent sized building. This dude packed the house at like 400 during the pandemic.
Okay, during the pandemic.
And I get there, I'm expecting just to wrestle whoever. I don't care. Like you, I don't care. Whoever you want to put me with, fine. I'll get over. You know what I mean?
How is it wrestling somebody you never met?
I truly like it.
Okay.
It's experimental. And sometimes you get something out of somebody different that you don't get out of somebody you work with a lot.
Yeah.
And that's hard to explain. And you've probably ran into this a couple times, maybe not as much. But sometimes you get that rarity where you run into somebody and they're like, holy shit, this guy's got fucking,
right.
He's got it.
It can be a good or bad thing.
He's in there like 4 months, he's got it. And I'll tell that story here. There's a kid I did work with that had it, and I'll tell that story too.
If they're terrible, you don't know it either.
You don't, But, all right, I roll up to this show. It's in, Tennessee. We're 5.5 hours in, me and Chris Demise. I get a phone call from Pillman right when I could park. And the conversation was basically like, look, man, it's no offense to any guys in his back. He's got good talent, but I don't want to work with him. I want to work with you.
Brian
Pillman, pretty much.
You want to work with Brian?
No, Brian asked to work with me.
Okay.
Like he pretty much went to the promoter, which is Tommy Henry, and asked him to work with me.
Yeah.
He said, trust me, you're going to love this fucking kid. I have never worked for this promotion, like I just said, at all.
Yeah.
This is the champions, Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
So I'm going into a promotion I've never worked for, wrestling their heavyweight champion.
Okay.
That's kind of odd, right? Like, it's not really booked, right in a way.
Yeah.
But we had a hell of a fucking match.
Yeah.
Tom Pritchard's probably where that TV is right
now. Is it filmed somewhere? We can watch it.
You might be able to find it. I don't know if Tommy Henry and them are out there. If anybody's listening, like Kenzie Page. I love Kenzie Page. She was so nice to me.
She's a great
blessing as a human being. Trust me. That girl came up after me after that match, said incredible shit. I actually popped fucking Tom Pritchard out of his seat. So that made my night. Like when Tom and her come up to you, especially when where Kenzie was going, especially this was right before her NWA signing.
Yeah.
This is probably a year or so before. And then, you got Dr. Tom out there. I've never met Dr. Tom. It was great meeting him. He's talking to me and Pillman, and he's like, shit, that was great shit. That fucking
Do you still talk to Brian Pillman?
Yeah, we still talk. He actually trains down there at NWF every once and so often when he is in town. You got to obviously realize that traveling schedule's probably got to be a little different for AEW now since everything's opening up and shit.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? I don't know how that works. He gets booked other places, too. Yeah. I don't keep up with him. I don't keep tabs. Like, it's hard to do in wrestling. Like, you try to get rides with people on the same shows you're on, but definitely don't keep tabs on people. That's just weird anyway.
It really is.
But, we still keep in touch. I send him a message here and there. Like I said, I actually tried to get in that AEW locker room. Like, who wouldn't? You got buddies in there. Why not try to fucking buddy? And give me a booking.
Yeah.
But, he's done that before. But I ended up working with Brian Pillman Jr. I actually have that match on my cell phone. I posted that not too long ago on my 20th anniversary because it was just somebody, like, Demise recorded it.
Yeah.
So he sat back there.
Yeah.
And recorded that.
But, I'd love to have him on the show. I mean,
I would too.
Fuck, who wouldn't?
Pillman's in the Cincinnati, Kentucky area somewhere, so I'm pretty sure that's doable. You might have to pay some of these guys.
Yeah. I can't pay anybody. I don't have the money. I'm broke, dude.
Sean said, we're broke. Sean said, get off Tinder.
No, I'm not on.
We're broke.
Tinder.
Sean said, tell Barry to get off Tinder.
Sean's watching.
Is that Henry Shaw you're talking
He's
about?
supposed to be
Sean. Sean Johns.
Sean John's sick,
that's
but
your
he's
other guy. Oh, you're sick. Oh, wipe your fucking tampon out. Get your ass.
Yeah, he's got a booty call at his house. I think.
Oh, which OnlyFans girl did you hook up with tonight with your right hand? Come on.
Hey man, I ain't swerving him. You get your thing in, brother.
Not swiping.
No,
he's swiping all right, just not the Tinder and the up and downs. He's swiping up and down on his.
Hey, Sean John, get your shit in, son.
That's right, son.
Let me just go on record. Bear don't smoke, drink, or look at bad women.
Yeah. You're a liar. You just drank a couple shots with me, you lying fuck. I'll take another one just because you lied.
What's Scott's
Dick
He's
move.
forcing me to. The dude's aggressive.
We got all these Kentucky boys.
He's
on
aggressive,
here.
ain't
You
he?
ain't noticed the dude's aggressive, so I'm gonna
He's
take a
very
shot.
aggressive.
This is why you brought. I think this is why Ray came in because you know you ain't gonna get. You're gonna get the raw side of Christopher Michael Lotus a little
That's
bit. When
right.
you get him the right mic.
Hell yeah, that's some good ass bourbon, ain't it?
Oh man.
Sean John
Dude,
said,
that's
"Why
the
the
good
heat,
shit,
Lotus?"
dude. I brought out the good shit for you, son. Look at that. That's that Willard.
And Scott Storm said, "At New South Wrestling, we always treat our talent like professionals. We have guys who are amazing talent. I have wrestled for 20 years.
I'm gonna have him look at you, dude. You're
I
gonna get a shot over there.
I had both hips
It's all right.
replaced.
You know, the funny thing is, I know Anthony Presley's listening. Just drop in my DMs where your new building is and what days you're running. You know, I got no beef with trying to do a live fucking booking. Like,
That's
seriously,
right.
we're here.
That's
we're
right,
taking
Anthony.
around. We're having a good time. You want any kind of background on me? Ask Adam Swayze. Ask Larry D. Ask Lord Crew. Why don't you ask your champion Jordan Cage? I'm the reason he cut his hair.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
that's a little history right there.
Ooh, yeah, I took his last belt from him too, son.
Oh, that'd be great.
You have
heard
any
it here,
belts right
Anthony.
now? You
No,
own any?
no, I'm not a champion anywhere. I actually, me and my buddy Star Rider in the NWF were tag champs for a little while, but bless his soul, he became the heavyweight champion after we kind of split up there.
And what promotion was that?
This is the Northern Wrestling Federation.
Okay, Northern Friday. We're going up there this Friday.
Yeah, you guys said you're going up.
Good
Get you a
show,
good
man.
ticket. Get
Saturday,
you some seats.
Saturday.
It's
You want-
fun.
You want up with us?
Go show. What day is it?
That's Saturday.
Saturday. This Saturday.
Oh no, I got a little something going on Saturday.
Help, Andy. I gotta go
I'll
check
be in
this.
Cincinnati. Where
Like
is
I
it
said,
at?
this is
My
more
mom said,
kid
come
friendly.
outside
This ain't
and
your
stuff.
typical
All right.
Is it in
bar
Cincy?
brawl.
I'll be in Cincy though. That's where I'll be.
Well, it's in Kentucky. It's in Hits.
Covington,
Bob
right?
Blake.
Covington.
Covington.
I'll actually
Kentucky.
be in
Read
Lawrenceburg,
what Bob
Indiana. I
Blake
got
said,
a
Beth
Halloween
Ellis.
thing going on. But now I want to go back to the Madison because I've got like 100 Madison stories. But
Let's go back to the Madison because we have like drunk stories.
Right, I got a great one.
Bobby Green, Donnie Green says, "Don't drink all the good shit before he gets back."
Hey,
Right.
you shut up, Donnie Green.
So,
You
you
don't
know-
have to- hey, this is
so-
my show tonight. You shut the fuck up, all right? You're doing what I fucking tell you to do, and I'm drinking all your damn booze. You
Okay.
can hey, you pay
So
to
Bobby
replace the
Blade
shit.
says, "I actually love Lotus. I think he's a incredible worker. For some reasons, we've always talked shit to each other, and I don't know how to start, but I'm glad it did. He don't know how to start, but I'm glad I did. I always liked being able to talk shit to people and
Donnie
be
wants
able
to
to
call
talk
in. He
shit
said,
back.
how's he call in?
Hey,
Look, hey, Bobby Blade, you
give
know,
him
I
some-
love
give
you.
him-
Hey,
give him my phone number.
hey,
I
listen to
did.
this because I want you to get real for a minute. Bobby Blade booked me for the I think it was the MWA, right?
Donnie Green's going to call us.
Yeah, MWA was Bobby Blade, right? Ray the Bear? Was that where he brought in the haze and all you? Okay. Look, I was practically a jobber. Bobby Blade solely brought me in to be the Barry Horowitz of the MWA. And he did it because we respect each other and we had a lot of fun with each other. He's like my Austin Medler, like from Kentucky. Because, Medler is from Kentucky too, but the thing is, like, Austin Medler to me and Bobby Blade, they were like the same person because they have the same kind of, unique etiquette where they're
Hey, tell him
funny
to call
and
back.
fun-loving.
I think I missed his call.
Ah, shit, you're missing phone calls. Look at me. But Bobby Blade, I love you. Thank you for so many years of bookings. That's something I can't repay as a wrestler. It's really hard to do. Like, that's why I want to do a tag match with you in general. Like, I'm not even
What's
joking
up,
about
Blake,
that.
Blake Burke?
Blake's on there. That's my boy.
Yep.
That's one of my
Hold
boys.
on. So Donnie's called, but I don't know what the. Sometimes this shit don't act right.
What, he call
That's
you on,
one of
like,
my road dogs
Snapchat
right
or some
there,
shit?
Blake.
Bobby Blade is one of the best guys.
Hey,
I've
Bobby
ever met.
Blade legit is one of the best dudes out there. You know what I mean? He plays
We
video
love
games,
him, dude.
like-
We love Bobby
Bobby
Blade.
Blade is awesome. Never let anybody tell you Bobby Blade ain't awesome. If anybody tells you Bobby Blade is any different, you fucking smug that dude out of your life because he ain't
Yeah,
worth
right.
fucking shit, all right?
And
Tell him
that
to go
guy's
fuck
a
himself.
fucking twat,
And
all
also
right?
Bobby
Fuck that
Blade.
guy.
Okay, there's Donnie's calling, I think. Let me see. Let me see if I can.
And
get
Bobby
him
Blade
on.
uploads old school wrestling
Yes,
for
he
us to watch.
does. He does. He those old shit up there that we love to watch from people that
Donnie Green, are you on the phone?
I'm on the phone, man. What's going on?
Ah,
There he is,
man.
Bear.
We got Donnie Green on the phone. We got Christopher Michael Lotus in the studio. We got Superfly Johnny Lee. We
That's
got Bear Steel
Fuck you.
Bear Steel in here. We got Nice Guy Andy. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man? I've been listening to these guys, and they brought up the Madison, man. We got lots of Madison stories.
I told you, man.
Bro, there's so many Madison stories, especially with Sam
We
and the
ain't telling
Hayes
somebody.
brothers. Jesus Christ. All you guys in general. You know how humble of a fucking career I had because of you guys?
I remember that we would come down there and we would rib Roger's guys so bad that Roger pulled us in a group and said, "Hey, I'm going to have to start bringing y'all down here one at a time because my guys can't handle it mentally." Because I guess the guys there just didn't rib each other at that time, and we was pulling pranks and had people tore all to pieces. And Roger's like, literally, "I'm going to have to bring you in one at a time, guys. I'll have to call. Y'all can't bring you in together anymore."
You sack of shit. Dude, if anybody was ribbing anybody, I'd have to say Brian Beach was the guilty party on that one.
No, he was legit.
Dude,
we'd have Beach so mad.
Oh,
We tell him Roger his super kick was awful. We tell Roger that
Beach would legit get heated. Like he would get like super thug mad. Like he
Yeah, so
red
we
faced
go-
and shit.
we would go tell Roger that Beach tipped us on the super kick, and Roger
didn't let him
would
do
just
it no
start.
more.
Yeah, Roger made him quit doing it.
Guys, we got Bobby Green, Donnie Green on the phone, guys.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so Roger made him quit using the super kick, and Beach said, "Come on, guys, man,
It
you
was
all
his
have to
fucking
go tell him."
finisher.
Yeah, he said, "You all have to tell him that I'm not stiffing you guys. He won't let me use it anymore. He's banned
His
it."
fucking finisher.
Oh wow.
At Allegra,
Carl
We-
Anderson.
Karl Anderson, we used to terrorize that thing.
He said, "Hey guys, for real,
I believe it.
Guys, it's too much, guys.
He
It's
would-
too much."
Yeah, he would tell Rod, he's like, "They're fabricating stories on me, Rod."
Fabricating. Yeah, you said that. You said it. He said fabricating a
Fucking
lot.
Fabricating. What the fuck?
He said, "It's just too much, man. It's too much. I can't take it."
How you fucking fabricate stuff? What? What you
I know,
sewing the
right?
shit together?
I'll
on
tell you-
it?
I'll tell you a quick story on that one.
Materializing.
Go ahead.
What the fuck?
Go ahead, Donnie.
We was in Georgetown, Kentucky, and two quick stories on Karl. So we always mess with him. So he's coming down the dressing room. You know, it's a skinny little walkway back there, and everybody's kind of sitting there. And then once you get on each side, it kind of branches out. But so Bear's sitting there in the middle of it. And you know, Bear's like 360. Then he's huge. He takes up the whole damn hallway, and he's got his bag sitting there. So as Karl's coming, Bear flips the bag open, and Karl stumbles on it.
Sean Johnson.
Well, Bear had a nickel-plated BB gun in his bag. It was a BB gun.
Look real. I look legit.
Shit.
You
So
cocked
Karl
it,
looked
everything.
down at it, and Bear looks at him. He's like, "What? What? You want some shit?" And Bear grabs the gun and stands up. Karl melts right there on the floor. Like, he starts hollering, "Rod, Rod, Rod."
Too much, man. It's too much.
Too much, guys.
Roger come over, said, "Y'all leave Chad alone for the rest of the night." We was like, "Okay." So then the next week we come down, and Bear and Justin Idol, and Al and Sam, they got over there and they were talking to Chad. They was like, "Hey man, Donnie's on his way. He's running late," because I had to work Chad that night. He's like, or Karl, he said he's running late, but he's on his way. His brother just won a swim meet. So he's like a swim. He's like, "Yeah."
Tell this story
So when you
already.
get here,
I heard the
congratulate him
story
about his brother's swim meet. So I get there, I come in, and I haven't talked to none of the guys, but this ain't the first time we use this. So he comes up, he goes, "Hey Donnie, it's me and you tonight." I was like, "Cool, man." I said, "We'll kill it." He's like, "Yeah." He said, "Congratulations on your brother." I said, I looked at him. I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Yeah, congratulations on your brother's swim meet." And I just looked at him. I grabbed my bag and I threw it all the way across the dressing room. I said, "Hey, you stupid son of a bitch! My brother don't have no arms and legs."
Oh, wow. Fuck.
Shit was calm.
So then I went through there and I told Roger. I kicked the door and I was like, "Roger, you tell him bring his fucking ass outside now."
Shit.
And Roger's just looking at Chad and he goes, "What did you do? What did you do?" Hey, Chad was like, Chad quit that night. He's like, I can't come back to Georgetown, man. Those guys fabricate. They take it way too far. Way too far.
Way too far,
Chad,
Rod.
honestly,
Way too far,
Chad
Rod.
is one of the nicest guys you've ever met.
I know.
Like,
Carl Anderson is a great dude up
he's
front.
just a nice guy.
Like, dude will joke
Oh,
with you, have a
super
few beers. He does not care who you are. As
No.
long as you're having a good time, he'll be right with
Hey,
you.
same, like in this same span. So Sam. So if you know Sam, if anybody knows Sam,
Psycho
first off,
Sam.
Sam is the craziest sumbitch you've ever met in your life.
Bro, don't
But
explain.
he's got a heart of gold,
Damn straight.
and he loves Big Al, dude. Sam,
Big Al,
he
baby.
loves Big Al, my brother. Well, Big Al didn't get booked for like 2 weeks. Like we all, like 3 of us came, and then 4 of us came, and Al was one of the last ones to come. So I was sitting down there talking to Sam, and I was like, brother, you know why? And Sam loved Al. Like, he loved
He
Big
did
Al.
love
Everybody
Ace,
loves
for real.
Big
He loved
Al.
Al.
Everybody
Everybody
loves
loves
Big-
Al.
right.
Like, Big Al Steele was
Al's,
awesome,
right.
bro.
Al's awesome, man.
Al-
I was
fucking
like,
great.
I was like, Sam,
Went
you
to high
know
school with
why?
Al.
I said, you know why Roger and Chris won't book Al, right? And Sam's like, no, brother, I don't fucking know why. I mean, if you know Sam, he's fucking animated. He's everywhere. He goes, no, I have no fucking idea why he won't book fucking Al. I said, because Chad don't like him.
So Chad Allegra didn't like him.
No, he did. He loved Al.
Oh, he did,
But
yeah.
we told Sam that. And Sam's the old school. Hey, you
Yeah,
don't-
he'll believe anything you
you
tell him
don't
because
want to
he,
cross Sam.
yeah.
Like, you don't want to cross Sam.
Yeah.
You can fuck with Sam, but
So
don't
I told
cross him.
Sam this, and everybody was like, yeah, man, like, Chad just got a problem with Al. That's why, they won't book him, bring him down here.
Yeah.
So, dude, Sam is worked up, brother. He's fucking pacing. He's waiting on Chad to hit the door. Chad hits the door. Sam meets him at the door, throws his fucking hands up. What's your fucking problem, brother?
Yeah.
Why don't you like Al? He's the fucking nicest guy in the world. And Chad's like, Sam, I have no idea what you're talking about. They're fabricating again.
Fabricating.
You Kentucky
That's
boys
his
always
word,
love
man.
to start some shit.
Oh, man, that's what makes it fun,
For
Sean
no
said
reason.
that Al is taller,
Tolerable.
Spit it out.
Yeah, that's the word.
Tolerable.
I don't know why I can't say it.
Nah, Karl was great. Roger always had a lot of good guys, man. Roger always had some of the best talent. Like,
Yeah, they could work, man. They all
Hey,
could work.
facts.
All
Even though
Roger's
he's got
got
future
support.
stars down there, son. Trust me, some of them fucking girls can work, dude. Nikki Victory, Riley Matthews, Ella, dude. There's some fucking women coming in that are
I
just
like my
stellar.
Riley Matthews.
Riley Matthews is awesome.
Hey, trust me, I was put in the ring in a fucking intergender match with Riley Matthews, I should say, against James Cross and Savannah Sweet. And I tell you the truth, that little girl's gonna go places, and why? Because she fucking listens.
Well,
She's not scared, and even though she got scared, she dealt with it.
well,
she took
Damn
it.
straight.
She
it's a
took
to-
it.
it's
That's a
to-
strong fucking woman.
It was a total.
You
Exactly.
need that in
different-
wrestling today.
It was a total different dynamic. Like, we're old school partiers, redneck, fucking just get down and dirty.
Yeah.
And you go up here and you got these really professional, just bam, bam. You want to work. They're here to work and put on a show. So I go up there. Dude, I'll never forget this in my life. I go up there and they book us, so I go up there to Fairfield. And I call it Bearfield.
Bearfield. I remember that. It was good. Actually.
Right, it's good shit.
Bearfield.
So I go up there, man. I'm getting changed, and this chick comes walking through the dressing room. Man, you'll remember. I don't remember, but she was the scientist chick.
Oh, Crazy Courtney.
Right. So-
you talking the girl version or the guy version?
girl.
Okay. Sorry. Whoa there, Barry.
bro-
Hey now.
What's the difference?
Hey now.
She just
She transgender?
There was 2 different
Yeah.
Crazy Courtneys.
So anyway, hey,
There's two
Transgender?
different.
so
No, not
let me
trans,
tell you
not
about the
transgender.
difference in the guys. So Crazy Courtney,
Transgender?
No, they
No,
actually
she
had
was not.
there was, all right, it's hard. I'm going to do this quick because it's like hard to explain, but there was like some super syrup created by this mad scientist tag team, and they gave it to Crazy Courtney, and she turned into a dude.
Okay.
And it
But
legit
I'm
happened.
talking about
She was a dude.
Okay.
I'm talking about the chick version.
Yeah, he's talking about the female
Crazy
version.
Courtney, the original Courtney
Right.
we had. okay.
And good. She's a good looking girl. But anyway, she comes in the back and she just fucking changes in front of the guys.
Every fucking
Right.
body.
And all the guys are just like
Titties and everything.
they're well, not to her bra and stuff, but all the guys are like just
gawking, bro. Like
No,
literally,
no.
like almost
They're
creeper
not.
like.
They're not. They're just changing like it's all good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro.
Liar!
I'm
You
like,
know they looked up at least 8
they
times.
might
Like,
have looked, but like
Bro,
I'm like,
they
why is
had
she
to.
doing that? And they're like,
Yeah, we asked.
it's normal. And I'm like, no, it's not normal. She can't do it around guys like us. Like we don't fuck around. Like she's got to do that.
yeah,
in
we
her
we
own
actually have
private
separate
dressing room.
locker rooms.
Right.
To be fair, we
Right.
do. And we always had. That's.
What's up, Eric Hayes?
But them guys was not, dude. It was crazy.
It's different when a woman's open-minded in the locker room, and definitely she was one of those.
So she just
Lady
came
I
in.
thought Lady Victoria and Cindy were both like that, where they would just get changed in front of you if they had to, and like it was almost uncomfortable because you didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
You're in a spot where even in today's world now, like that's oh my god.
Yeah.
It's the goddamn Satan's devil. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. Like, my bad, your girl changed in front of me.
So go ahead, Bear. Finish your story.
Well, it was just weird because the guys were like, it was okay, and I was like, man, that's not okay, like, because the guys I hang around with, she ain't gonna get away with it, like they're gonna be like,
They want fuck.
yeah, like,
They're gonna be weird
She
about it, probably, and that's the sucky part. This is why Cindy was with me most of the time, because at least I would hold a towel for her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's probably why she was
Right.
with me for a good 5 to 6 years.
When we was there,
There you go,
Cindy was
Donnie,
with
help me
Raj.
out.
and
Hold on, go
we,
ahead.
We don't
Go
cross
ahead,
the
Donnie.
ball.
What was that, Donnie? Say that one more time.
Said when we was down there, Cindy was still with Roger. So, you don't cross the ball.
Yeah,
So
you know what I mean.
that-
That's why, like
That never even that.
no.
Not saying that some didn't, but that was
Well,
one
I
of
mean,
our rules.
Yeah,
Our
you
thing
don't.
was we're always respectful, but I was just like, she can't do that just in front of us and expect no reaction.
Yeah, like some people are going to react
old
different, and
school.
some people are going to react like, "Hey,
But-
you need to go
but
take
we are
yourself."
always respectful.
We
and
got
that's
Rick
what we
Rude
did.
up here on the fucking.
Yeah.
Well, how
Yes,
good
we
was
do.
that?
Hey, is this a singles
the
match?
man.
Like I said,
Yep,
well,
the
Hawk,
singles match.
How good was Rick Rude? I
dude,
mean,
Rick Rude
fuck-
was like probably the uncrowned heavyweight champ, like Owen Hart.
fucking
Yes.
jacked, dude. Jacked
Fucking
to the
Rick
fucking
Rude
max.
should have been like more time heavyweight champ anywhere.
He
Like-
should have.
This is another one of my guys where I say top 5 because he can go anywhere and just get a reaction.
And he
Jacked,
can go,
just
man.
jacked
He
to the
can just
fucking
Give
go.
him a
max.
goddamn
Hey,
microphone.
hold
was.
on.
He was
Hey,
a
he
god.
Talk
on
about
the
Rick Rude.
microphone.
He was a
Go
legitimate.
ahead,
Rick Rude was
Donnie.
an actual badass in real life
Yeah, he was a
too.
legitimate
Yes,
It's
he
sad
was.
to hear about Rick Rude and how he died. Like, goddamn, he was so
Jacked.
in condition.
Look
like,
at that motherfucker.
He took care of
Jacked.
himself in real life. Like, he was a healthy dude when you
Yes.
read about him. Like, legit.
Tracy
Like,
Smothers has some funny stories on Rick Rude.
well, yeah, I mean, sure, there's probably some funny ones, but in general, like, his health issues, like, he was a good dude.
Yeah, think about it. There's one
Jacked. Look at
time,
that
Hey, he
motherfucker.
was a chain smoker. I know that.
Look at him. He's jacked
and
as a
there was
motherfucker.
one time where he showed that he could outclass any athlete that you could put up against him when he was on top of a cage and he's hanging upside down and he's doing these things like he's doing sit-ups while his legs are dangling off that cage and
Dude,
everyone's
he
like,
could
whoa.
outclass anybody but doing shit right we're watching right now. He's just taking fucking buckles.
Yeah.
And the
That's
crowd's
right.
eating it up because it's Hawk. And look, look, good follow-up right
Yes.
there. Smart wrestling. Big move behind big-ass move.
Damn straight.
That's why
Jacked.
Hawk,
That
I thought,
motherfucker was jacked.
yeah, that's
Both
why I
of them
said
were
Hawk
jacked.
was a good singles wrestler. Like, he knew what to do. He
Yep.
knew how to get over.
Yeah.
I
And
just
he-
think
and he
his
had good
personal
power
life
moves.
too much for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sad to say.
Rick
It
Rude
really
was-
is.
Rick Rude was jacked as a motherfucker.
Hey, life on the road ain't no joke.
Yeah, you know
I'm
what?
sure
You
it's
got to
not.
realize this because there's real stories out there. Like, you know what? Bret Hart is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. Do I want to meet this guy? Fuck no. Asshole.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Asshole. You read stories about this guy anywhere in anybody else's books. Just an asshole. I mean, sure, I'll probably shake the guy's hand and meet him eventually if he's still alive. But, like, it's sad to say, like, my hero is really and deep down an asshole.
Exactly.
Like, really, I looked up to this guy. Like, even Shawn Michaels, like, I love this guy too, but really, he was an asshole.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you fucked everything in the world. You didn't have any care for your wives when they were there, like Edge.
Exactly.
Well,
I
that don't
mean-
make it that.
It makes you an asshole. It does. I mean, you can turn around your life, which you did, and that, it makes you a better person. But, like, seriously, growing up at the time, I looked at these guys like they were my heroes, and you guys were just assholes at the time. I should be looking at you now like you're my heroes because then you were assholes.
Exactly.
Like, that's how it's weird to how that works. Like, you look
Yeah.
up to people get you into wrestling. Bret Hart was what got me into wrestling. Like, I love the Hitman. I love the Hart Foundation. I love Jimmy fucking Hart.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hart's a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Jimmy Hart's the dude I probably should have been fascinating over, other than probably fucking Brett
Exactly.
in real life.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy Hart got it.
But Jimmy Hart is a real dude.
Exactly.
Like these other guys they got in for their own personal fucking reasons sometimes, and that's what makes them an asshole. Yeah, they might have changed their shit around now because life's a little hard and changed. But like, I wish I probably would have followed a different thing.
That's
you know,
one of the reasons why.
like a
You did a
different
lot of-
person or a different etiquette.
Exactly.
Like today's era is a little smarter in that sense.
Go ahead, Donnie. Say what
You
you
saying
say.
with something there?
Say what you
Go
need to
ahead,
say, Donnie.
So me and Barry, we both did a lot of tag team wrestling. I know Lotus has done quite a bit of tag team. I'm just curious what your all's favorite tag team of all time was.
Go
Mine-
ahead, Ray. Go ahead, Don,
Mine
you
was
first.
Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard.
Yeah, definitely the Brain Busters,
Those-
baby.
Those two were my favorites.
Definitely the Brain
Mine-
Busters.
Tag team.
Mine, Nice Guy Andy. I was Harlem Heat. Harlem Heat was my
Harlem
favorite.
Heat. That's a '90s guy. What about you, Ray?
Man, I have to go with the Fabs, man.
The Fabulous
I was
Ruzzos?
No,
Or-
fuck no. The Fabulous ones.
Oh,
Steve
okay.
Kerr and
Fabulous.
Stan Lane.
God damn you know.
Superfly, what was your favorite?
I'd have to go with the Road Warriors.
Road Warriors.
You like the power.
Donnie,
game.
what was your favorite?
Mine was Arn Anderson and Tully
He said
Blanchard.
the,
When
he
they
said the
okay.
Brain. Me? Oh.
What was your favorite?
There's so many tag teams over the course of the years. It's hard to. Everybody picks eras, and nobody ever asks like all time.
Or the Dudley Boys. The Dudley Boys are awesome too.
They're not.
Dudleys
they're
are
not
great.
my top though.
But they wouldn't.
Mine
be,
was Harlem Heat was my favorite.
Harlem Heat, I'll go in the top. But,
Harlem Heat, they're in the top.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
they
go
were my
with- I mean,
favorites.
you got the Hart Foundation.
I also like the Midnight Express.
Heart
Yeah.
Foundation,
Rock and Roll
Midnight
Express.
Express.
You're naming guys that are all like super famous. And
Rockers.
I appreciate it. The Rockers, the Hart Foundation, the Brain
Rock
Busters.
and Roll Express. Bro.
You could even say the Horsemen.
Four Horsemen.
The
Yeah.
Horsemen are in there. Tell you the truth. God, this is hard to answer.
That's a big
I really do love tag team wrestling, even though WWE was never hype on it through Vince McMahon. I'm probably going to have to say the Rockers.
Rockers. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Rockers
but
was
in an
great.
era where you needed to turn up tag team wrestling, I think the Rockers answered.
yeah.
Exactly.
They were
What's your-
never really tag champs.
What's your most underrated wrestler of all time?
underrated? Well, I'm going to go as a tag team, and that's why I wanted to play that earlier. I think the Orient Express were the underrated tag team.
Oh, they got beat to death all the
They
time.
did.
didn't
You know what? I thought they were good, though. They hung
Yeah.
with everybody. Anywhere in the late 80s, 90s, like they were just wrestling whoever.
Honestly,
You damn straight.
Rick Rude might be the most underrated.
Rick Rude.
That's what I was going to say.
You know
Rick
what?
Rude.
Here's
The
an
Rockers,
argument.
too.
If you want to know underrated wrestlers, you have to look at guys that weren't over.
Mr. Perfect, Rick Rude.
No, I'm not
Mr.
even talking those guys.
Perfect,
Those guys are over. Let's look at
Perfect.
guys like Barry Horowitz,
Yep.
Yeah.
the Brooklyn Brawler. What's his face is still booking? Pritchard.
yeah.
These guys hung with everybody in different eras, different time frames. These guys should not be slouched, especially when they were booked for 10 plus years in a professional company.
Exactly.
I loved Arn Anderson when I was younger.
man.
Arn Anderson was my favorite wrestler. He was the
Arn,
he was a
the
That's who I-
WCW
baby.
he was a
That's who I
WCW
based my style
NWA
off.
champion. He was my favorite. What'd you
Yes,
say,
he was.
Donnie? I'm sorry.
That's who I based my style after was Arn Anderson.
You look like Arn Anderson. all
Yes,
the
he
way.
does.
You
Arn
come out
Anderson was
like
awesome.
Arn. You're serious. You roll your fist like you're
He
ready.
don't look much different than he looked when he was younger.
That's
No.
right.
And he's still got that same passion though too.
Yeah.
That's the difference between
Well, I like
there
the fact-
and then and now wrestling. That passion, that
Go-
fire.
That's
Go ahead,
right.
Donnie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Arn Anderson was able to go out there. He could talk if he needed to talk, but he could also go out there and get heat with just giving you a look, a glance.
He had the best
Not
promos.
too many guys in the business can give you a certain look and get heat.
He had the
He
best
didn't have to
promos.
say heat.
See, that's the problem I have with wrestling today. Like, there's people that draw like energy
Like
and they ignore it.
who didn't get the push was Steamboat.
Steamboat,
Yes.
yeah.
Steamboat didn't get the push.
Owen Hart.
Steamboat.
Owen fucking
My
Hart.
favorite
Brad
of all
Armstrong.
time was
Brad well, all right.
Umaga.
I'm going to argue Brad Armstrong could not cut a fucking promo to save his
That was
life.
one of Bobby Blade's
Umaga
choices.
was my Umaga was my favorite.
You know what? I agree.
underrated
I
guy.
wish that guy would not have died because
Umaga.
Umaga was fun. He had the right manager. He had the right setting. He was in. You know, Samoan wrestling is awesome.
Yeah,
Let's
Umaga.
face it.
It's some.
I do the Samoan drop because of Samoan wrestling. I
Let's
do.
talk about the
Straight
most
up.
overrated son of a bitch there ever was, right there.
Overrated. Yeah.
The Warrior?
Fucking, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well,
he was too
fucking
much.
hell.
Yeah,
he,
he
was definitely
he
on
fucking
some kind of
sucked.
high cylinder
He could-
cocaine.
he was on some cocaine, bitches.
Cocaine.
Another name that Sean Johnson just mentioned, Chris Candido.
Go Bear. Go ahead, Bear. I'm
was
sorry. Go
good.
ahead.
I mean, he
Um,
had no moves.
Let
He
Bear
couldn't
talk.
do shit.
Hold on. Go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Bear.
Bear.
He couldn't talk. He couldn't work. He couldn't do no moves. His fucking promos were.
Who's
fucking-
that?
The Warrior.
The
Warrior?
He
Ultimate,
was fucking
Ultimate
dog
Warrior.
Shit, man. To me, I was
You know, the
fucking-
funny thing is, I think he got better
The
right
Warrior-
around Hogan.
Putting him over Hogan was the worst.
But the
move
thing is,
the
he got
WWE ever
better.
made. I never.
He
saw
got
it.
better.
I
His
never saw
promos
it.
got better. If you look at that time frame of his promos got better after that.
I
People
remember
started
when-
taking it
The worst
seriously.
mistake they ever made was putting him over Hogan. That
Yeah.
was
I
fucking-
think
don't
that
know.
was the worst
I
mistake.
disagree. Because if he
You're
would've
right.
never
You're
figured
right.
It out,
You're right, Bear. Bear's
It
right.
it's
he would have
that-
never figured it out if
that's-
he didn't get put over
That's
Hogan.
when
Though.
it started going down.
Bear was right. He put him over.
Hogan was still on top, man. He was
Here's the
still
thing, though:
drawing, he
if
was still-
why would Hogan have done it if he wasn't right?
because he got
True.
paid.
He got asked. to
Paid
do
or
it.
got
not, he wouldn't have
paid.
done. Hogan could have done anything he wanted.
I hope Hogan
That's
comes
true.
back. I
You
hope
fucking
Hogan.
kidding me?
Hogan
Hogan
got
could have
paid.
politicked out
I
of that.
really,
He could have.
I really hope Hogan gets another chance to
They
be
thought
great
he was
again.
going to be another Hogan, and he wasn't even close.
Look,
Are y'all so sad that Hogan got put down? Like he's kind of canceled right now. Are y'all
Look,
sad
man,
about that?
cancel
Yeah,
culture's
man,
cancel
he's-
culture. Let it ride. But here's the thing,
He'll be
people.
back.
He'll be back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whether you like it or
I
not,
loved
he'll
Hogan.
be back.
That's right.
And you know what? It's not culture based. It's just
And WWE,
Say it,
they
Donnie,
made
you're
the same mistake. WWE made the same mistake they did with Warrior. They put all their eggs in one basket with Luger, and that flopped.
here's the thing with Luger. It flopped because you didn't put the title on him.
Because
Yeah.
he can't work.
No.
Luger,
Yeah.
No.
Luger can't work.
No.
And
If you
and
watch
he
the
can't
work he
work.
did in WWE
Oh,
with
my God,
Yokozuna, that was work, and that crowd was buying the Lex Express.
Dude.
Are you fucking
Yoko
kidding me?
don't work.
I never liked Lex.
Look, I didn't either. I
motherfucker
hated the
work.
Lex Express, but when you look at the crowd, you listen to the crowd, they were in.
They would
Just
get the
because you could
reaction.
pick
They
up
would
and
get the
slam him.
reaction. I think you failed by not at least giving the title run because WCW did it and he got over. If WCW can do it and get him over, and that was at the time NWO was there and it got over, right?
He didn't
Yep.
get
That
over
was a
because he
high selling
couldn't work.
time. The NWO was a
Watch
high
his
marketing procedure.
And
If
he was
Luger
getting
could get it
reaction.
over in the WWO, he could have got it over with the Lex Express. That was a WWE
This
problem.
match has had
Sorry on that note.
500 body slams. Look, another body slam.
But here's the
Like,
thing. They're buying it.
Luger,
Rick-
it ain't
They're
about-
buying it.
Rick
They
Rude
will
was-
buy-
That's what
they-
you
That's
want.
the thing. You
Rick-
want them to buy it.
they
Rick
will
Rude-
buy-
You
they
want
will
that
buy-
reaction.
You
they will
gotta
buy
get
anything
reaction.
You sell.
Rick
They-
Rude.
They-
Because if the fans are just sitting there and
Rick
Man,
Rude's making him look like $1 million.
Rick
Look,
Rude
that's
is
the
making him like $1
thing.
million.
That's why you put him with Rude so many times. You want that guy to be
Yep.
and learn that position. You want him to be able to do that without Rick Rude.
and think
That's
about
why
it,
he
can't.
got put with Rick Rude so many fucking
and
times.
think about the Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior match was all about Hulk Hogan's building this guy up because it's making this guy look like $1 million because Hulk Hogan's got this incredible aura and he's got this ultimate
Look,
aura.
man, look, the Warriors promos weren't there, and yes, there's all kinds of talk about the drugs. But let's face it, he was looking the part.
It was
Yep.
You know
jacked.
how many fucking people today are getting on AEW looking the part?
None of them.
None. Only a handful.
Does it look like he can kick somebody's fucking ass?
He sure does.
Okay.
Still can't work.
Okay, I agree. I totally fucking agree, Ray. But here's the thing. There's a lot of guys booked in that era that couldn't fucking work.
Right. No, I agree with
Here's the
that.
problem. He was better than half of that.
No,
That's
I
why
agree
he's
with
there. He
that
had the
one.
look. He had the
Him-
gimmick. All my warriors.
And another guy, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
I love
Paul
these.
Orndorff
Okay,
could
all
go.
right.
There's
If
a-
we're going to go to
Yeah.
Paul Orndorff, yeah, I'm a huge Orndorff fan.
Orndorff was the man.
Orndorff
I
was
would
the
say
fucking man.
His
Yes, he was.
his
Top
beef
10, baby. Top
his
10.
beef with Hogan was legendary.
Look,
His
I
beef
tell
was
you
over
this. I hated that Orndorff had to kind of vanish from WCW, and I know he was going, like, away. I think if he would have got that babyface push with that whole Mr. Wonderful thing against the Horseman,
Yeah.
that would have been epic.
Warrior,
Because you never seen Wonderful go face after that, and he never did. And it ended. And I understood it. I mean, people just get older. Like, I'm getting older. Let's face it, Ray the Bear. I'm fucking 42 here soon.
What was you saying about
Exactly.
Warrior Bear?
Warrior and Luger, most overrated wrestlers ever were. To me.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Me too.
If
me
they
too.
sell, how are
Everybody's
they overrated?
Me too.
They're
Most
overrated.
most
They're
underrated.
overrated to
They
us
gotta
because
push.
we're wrestlers, because we know how to work.
They got pushed.
Overrated because they sell?
They got-
I don't know, man. If you're selling fucking crowds, you're selling fucking seats, you're selling shirts, you're selling the market.
Because that's all.
If
you
That's all
package-
Vince McMahon. Though.
if you
You can
package
put
a-
anybody there, you can package anybody.
You can package
there.
a turd properly and you can sell it.
Right.
Well, true.
It don't
but
matter
the
what.
thing
If
is,
you
how
if you
well
put
does
the
that
right
turd
package on it and put the right people around the turd, it'll sell. So
tell if the turd
Rick-
actually reacts?
Rick Rude was the most
the turd
underrated.
has smell, then what happens? It sells.
Yeah.
You would
That's right.
react to it, right? If the turd smells, you would react to it.
Yes.
That's the problem with Warrior versus so many of them guys they brought in.
That's why
They
Warrior.
reacted to shit.
That's why Warrior
Let's
didn't stay
face it,
long.
You wanted me to say it to
Yeah, I
you.
mean, he-
Exactly.
You're reacting
You know-
to real shit. But the thing is, Warrior can make it look real. And as much as you argue it, you can. But let's dive into a wrestler like Trevor Murdoch. All right, Warrior's out here slamming him 3 fucking times, but isn't Trevor Murdoch doing that on NWA and getting over? But the thing is, Trevor Murdoch knows how to do that and get over.
Exactly.
That was the difference, and that was what they were trying to teach Warrior at this
The
time
the
frame.
Dad World Order says they're big fans of yours.
Well, Dad Word Order, come out to, hits. You can come see me at the Bar Brawl December 3rd. I will always promote the shows I'm on. I love all the people I work for. And while I'm at it, let's promote a few other shows I think that are ran properly that go on in the tri-state. Let's go with XVW. Tom McClain, wherever you are, thank you. And Cody Hawk. Your
Great guy.
FGW promotion is beautiful. I'd like to say I'm proud of you immensely. The older you get, the more you move along. So many people gave you shit for getting drunk under the ring so many years ago, and everybody forgot to let that go. That's what I'm saying about today. You need to learn to let shit go.
Exactly.
And if there's anything I can say about Cody Hawk today, that man has always given me a spot on an FGW show the 2 to 3 times I've walked in there, and that man always respects me for one reason, because I just want to work.
Facts.
Facts.
Dad
And
World
also,
Order
like,
says they're
I
going to be
also-
at Spooktacular. We're going to be
Good.
there.
We'll
too.
see you there, and we'll
And
see
follow-
the Nice Guy Andy podcast there. We're probably going to see a lot of people there.
And
This
also
is actually a
follow
pretty big
Cody
venue.
Hawk's TikTok.
Hey, follow Cody Hawk. I am proud because you know what? He's actually into that midget wrestling shit now. That is awesome for him, dude. You know how hard it is to evolve in this wrestling business.
One time.
Very hard.
Hey, no joke. How old is Cody Hawk?
Bro, that was
Cody Hawk
insane.
is older than me, and he's still evolving, and that's something people need to fucking appreciate.
Exactly.
Like, I can't shout that farther. Like, some part of me had a tear in my eye. Like, dude, this guy's running a promotion. He's ran for years. He's wrestled for years. He's been successful in so many different departments in so many years. And to see him take something else from the ground up and make it something even better than what it's producing now, even though it was producing before, that's fucking amazing. You need this kind of shit in wrestling instead of this goddamn baby feeding what's new in wrestling. Because I tell you what, you need what sells fucking tickets.
Damn straight.
You need what sells fucking seats. I'm tired of this. Oh, well, he's my buddy. He's done this for 6. Fuck your 6 years. Pay attention to 20.
yeah, that's been happening here.
Yeah. Pay attention to fucking 20. Okay? I'm not asking much out here. Pay me. Tell me what I need to know. Larry
There's
D.
another underrated
Larry
honky
D.
tonk man. Honky tonk man.
Honky tonk's good, but listen to me when I'm talking. Larry D does that. I've known Larry D 17 fucking years. And if he's asking for real men, well, you got Ray the Bear here and you got Christopher Michael Lotus. That's
Damn
why you
straight.
see these guys still here. You kids want to be real men, fucking earn it. I can take a goddamn shot. Can you?
Damn straight. If they can't, then
I'm
they
so
might as well.
tired of these kids today. I mean, they go on, oh, he told me this, you can't tell me nothing. Oh, drink your water. You're 90 fucking pounds and I can eat you. Are you looking the part? Are you the part? Are you playing the part? Are you studying what the fuck we're even watching right now to tell me that you're a better wrestler than me when you copy my shit the week after on a fucking live show, the same show? Because that shit happens a lot. How many people on the independents don't even fucking study? I can tell you finishes the matches you put the fuck on the screen. You don't even know what the fuck's going on. There's so many promoters kissing the ass of kids because, yeah, you're putting the ring up and shit. But you know what? There's 20-year vets that have been doing that shit for years and you're ignoring them. Why? Because they got a little say? Because they want a little money? Because they just want a little fucking respect? Jack Vaughn? I talk about Jack Vaughn. I'm going to talk about Jack Vaughn all night. I'm proud of Jack Vaughn.
Me
Keep up.
too.
You're probably his biggest fan.
You know what? I don't care. Fuck that.
Exactly.
Good on him to finally expose
Well,
some
fellas.
shit that needs to be exposed.
And also, if
What's up,
anyone's
Donnie
getting
Green?
mad,
Hey fellas, I'm gonna just let you know. I'm gonna cut it short. I'm gonna jump off here, man. It's good talking to everybody.
More
Lotus,
TikToks.
yes, more
continue
TikTok.
on, man.
He's-
You know
he's
I'm always
awesome on
He's a
posting
master,
TikTok.
dude. I'm a fan of the TikTok.
He's so
Seriously,
big on
that's
TikTok.
good shit.
He's bigger. He's way bigger than us on
Hey,
TikTok.
man, dude. His
He's
TikToks are
way
damn
big.
funny, man. He's creative.
He's-
Donnie,
he's
seriously,
awesome.
you are creative, man. Keep that shit up. That's fun.
Donnie, you're awesome, dude. Thank you for calling in, buddy.
All right, guys. I'll see y'all soon.
Hey, we appreciate you, buddy. I'm gonna have you back on the show soon.
Hey,
Jack
Donnie,
Vaughn's a
Donnie,
master,
Seriously,
too.
let's
Donnie,
get real with wrestling. Like, you guys
Donnie.
brought me in the fuck here to be real. Let's be real. Earn your shit.
Donnie.
Damn
He's
straight.
gone now. He's gone now.
He's gone.
You can
He
talk
gone.
to He's still listening, I'm sure. Go ahead and talk to him.
I did. I told him. Fuck.
Earn your shit.
Fuck off, he said. Donnie's awesome.
You're
Earn your
right, though.
shit.
Like
Oh,
Andrew
so,
Drew Brown
see the
said, preach
barbarian
it.
Right here?
You know, that guy was
I met
underrated.
him. No,
Did
I
you?
met him,
Did you
yeah.
ever work with? All right,
Who?
hey, Ray
Who?
the Bear. Here's a good
I
question.
got a
Hey,
great story.
here's all the famous people you work with.
Oh God.
Who's the actual, like, who actually made it that you work with? Like, made it
AJ.
like career.
AJ.
Yeah, AJ Styles?
AJ Styles.
Styles.
Okay.
He's working
Keep
with
going.
Abyss.
Let's get some good questions
The
going.
Barbarian.
You work with the Barbarian?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm
All those
jelly.
guys. So the Barbarian was a great story, man. So I made a show on X's show. It was a legends show on they did these fairs. And
Sean.
Uh-oh, Sean John's calling in.
Sean
so
Jones.
I'm sitting there and you know I'm starstruck because all these guys.
Sean John, yours on.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Bobby, Ray Steele's telling us, Ray Bear Steele's telling us a story, so listen to us.
So I'm,
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
sitting there and you know I'm just getting my boots on and doing everything and the Barbarian's looking at me and he goes, "Hey, big guy," and I'm looking around. I'm like, "Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, big guy, you come here." And he said,
Is he Samoan? What was he? What was he
Man, I
Samoan?
don't know, but I mean that's the way he spoke, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, come here, big boy." And I'm like, "Oh, yes, sir." So I'm like, I'll go over and he's like, I like the way you work. You come where I'm at. Me and you work good matches. You know, I'm scared when I'm walking up to him. I don't know what he wants. I don't know if he's kick my ass or what.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Hey, big boy, I like the way you work. You come here with me. You work. We make good matches." Like, yes, sir. Just
The
call me.
Barbarian saying that to you.
Yeah, man. I mean,
And
so-
where was this at?
This was in I want to say Lincoln County at the fairgrounds. We had a legend show. It was
Okay.
like the Steiner,
Kentucky.
yeah, Buckhouse. X had these shows and his Buckhouse Bump, like all these guys, man, and it was just really cool, you know, because he was like after he saw me work, he was like he wanted me to come up and work where you know he was doing shows and stuff. But
Yeah.
when he hollered at me, I was like,
You didn't know. He was like,
oh,
he's a
look,
legend,
man,
so he's like,
I mean,
yeah.
and he's
It's definitely a different element when you walk in and somebody actually wants to actually acknowledge you.
right.
Yeah.
And
Trust me, these
and-
guys are stars in a sense. Like, all right, I worked with Madman Fulton about 2 years ago. Like, you don't know what to expect when you're going up to a guy that's that big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm nobody.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy on the independent for 21 years.
Yeah.
But this guy's made it because, you know, he's relevant.
Yeah.
Dude was absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Like, he's one of the better dudes you'd meet on the independents. He would have a conversation. He would just keep talking. Like, he
A
has
real
all
motherfucker.
kinds of stuff. He's a real motherfucker.
The realest motherfucker.
Realest
in
of the
room.
real. Like, he's so cool. And you wouldn't expect it because of the look.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's intimidating, right?
Yeah.
But dude, man, Fulton was pretty fucking solid to work with, and even though it was like one of the more stiffer matches I probably went through in my life that I can remember, but trust me,
So
I'll
Barbarian
never
wants to
forget
work with you.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he did, and we didn't ever really work it out, but it was still cool. Just that,
He wanted to work
he
with you.
acknowledged that,
He acknowledged your relevance.
Right.
Like, that's fucking
That's
cool
true.
because he tried to study you a little. He took
He
a
know
minute to realize that you're a person.
real versus
You know what I mean?
real recognized
let's
real.
face it,
That's
dude.
right.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, Jerry Lawler worked with Larry D.
Yeah.
Larry D had to go to the fucking bathroom with Jerry Lawler because Jerry didn't want to hang out with nobody else.
Yeah.
That's fucking dick. Like, I don't get it. Like, you can't be just human.
I hear
you
he
go to
don't.
strip clubs, you go to the bars, you go to fucking
Yeah.
titty fucking places. Like, you can't just hang out with a locker room of dudes that like all that same
lot of guys
shit.
is like
Like,
that.
Exactly.
We're all like that. Like, dude, I never met a dude that didn't like titties.
Damn straight.
You know what I mean? Like, for real, in a sense, like, there's never been a dude that never wanted to be open and just hang out. Jerry Lawler, even though he's open as shit on like live, he's not open as shit in real life.
No, he don't hang out.
He's
with
a
guys.
fucking dick, and I'll say that as far as I can throw it. Like, if you can't just shake somebody's hand and just introduce yourself, what the fuck are you teaching in wrestling?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're all built in to talk. Shake everybody's hand, even if it's the fucking doorman, the goddamn floor sweeper, the fucking commentator, or the fucking woman they marry. Shake their fucking hand, high five them.
Damn straight.
Acknowledge them. We all work hard to try to get where you're at, and you can't acknowledge us. Why would we want to get where you're at? Because you're a dick.
AJ was one of the most down to earth guys.
That's good to know. You know what I mean?
man.
Yeah.
He
See?
so we went when we were actually wrestling in the asylum where TNA first started. We were doing shows down there, and a lot of the guys, the Canadian guys, I don't even remember their names, O'Reilly and those guys. They had their own locker room. Well, AJ, no, he was like, I'm going to go in there with the boys, and he sat in there with us and shot the shit and never thought that he was, better. And he was actually. I mean, he was fucking great, but
Yeah.
he never acted like he was better than the guys. And
Yeah. He liked the whole.
Exactly
He loved
how
wrestling.
it should be everywhere
Damn
you fucking
straight.
go.
Well, he
You're
loved-
all trying to get better. Even the guys on the fucking promotions that are booked, you think they're any better, really?
him and
At
Abyss,
first?
like
He loved wrestling. He wanted to be around you guys.
him and Abyss, man.
Dude, Abyss was a dude.
You don't meet
Abyss
better
actually plays fantasy football in our NWF league.
people. Yeah.
That's how much of a dude he is.
No, yeah,
You
I
don't
still
find
talk
too
to
many
him.
dudes out there like that, though. Like, it's nice to hear that
Let me
AJ's
tell
one
y'all
of
something
those
about the
dudes.
Abyss. So when we were doing the Madison Theater, my oldest son, who's 20 now, I had to bring him with me.
Yeah.
I had both of my sons, so I brought my oldest son with me, and he was in a car carrier.
Yeah.
So when I would be out in the ring, Abyss would be babysitting him.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So you think of this big old fucking monster dude.
Yeah.
And I've got pictures, man. He's up there just cradling my son, just holding him,
Yeah,
while we're out in the ring.
That's
wrestling
awesome.
because-
That's awesome of him to do that.
because-
Dude,
It
Abyss
really
is
is.
like a more of a family man.
Right.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
If you asked Roger Ruffen if like Kelly Bachman, aka Roger's daughter, had a second dad, she's gonna tell you
Yeah.
Abyss.
And his woman, man, she's great too.
Yeah, she's
she'd come up there and she'd like,
Lady
watch
Abyss
up-
is a real
Yeah,
a
she'd
real
come up there
woman,
and watch
flat
the
out.
Kids for us, man, because we all had kids and we all had lives, and
Yeah.
So my son, he was raised in the locker room. Like
Yeah.
my oldest son was raised in the locker room, and I don't know how he turned out to be as good as he is.
Yeah.
But like he was raised around all these roughnecks, man. But they all looked out for him and took care of him.
Yeah.
And he turned out fine. But I just remember times sweating, like, because one time I was like, the only one here is Sam. I
Yeah.
was like, Sam, you got to watch him. And he's like, oh, I got him. And I was like, no, Sam, he's awake. You're going to have to pick him up. Oh, shit.
He's a
brother.
baby, man. Come
Fuck,
on.
dude, we gotta carry this guy.
He was like, Sam's like, you didn't say nothing about holding him, brother. Like,
Damn, son, you didn't give me no warning. Like, this guy's greener than donkey shit.
So then I'm sweating because I have to wrestle Abyss. And, and Justin, it's like a 4-way tag, and that's who watched him. So then Abyss is like, hold on, man. He calls his woman, man. She comes up there and she takes him. And, it was just some family, man.
That's
I
awesome.
tell you what,
That's what you're
the
missing
most
today.
locker rooms you find me and Ray, because me and Ray come out of different locker rooms. This is family. Even though he comes from a totally different state and different place, we're family.
Right.
because we beat the fuck out of each other for one, and number two, there's a respect level between me and him and Donnie and fucking Bobby. You know, I did my job.
Yeah.
You know, it's so hard to say that. Like a lot of independents, I'm so good. You do your job.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If you're so fucking over, you know what I mean? Like, your shit ain't selling. There ain't no goddamn crowd. Like, well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kudos to that.
And that's something that you miss inside the locker room these days. Nobody is like a family no more because they don't try to hang out.
Annoying. You don't know how much I love to see Ray and Donnie, Larry and fucking Paige and Lexi. Like my Nate and Arlie, I love partying with Nate. Like, I'm so happy to come out here because I get hugs, I get loved, I get the appreciation of 20 years of being in this fucking business. I don't know how to put a stamp of approval on like my introduction of and whatever my ending is. But like I come over here all the time. Like Ray came up here just for me. Like this is my story. It's all you fucking said tonight. This is your fucking shit, dude. I'm here for you. You know how much I appreciate that. That's like time I can't replace with him and his family. Time I can't replace with him and his fucking whatever he's got going on. You know what I mean? How many fucking people are doing that for me outside of this place? You want me to tell you none? Because that's life. You didn't see anybody hop in a car tonight. You know what? Like, to tell you the truth, like, when it comes to Christopher Michael Lotus, I take a lot of car rides alone. Some I choose to, some I have to. But try to think about that and how that works in the wrestling business when it comes to respect and how much you're valued and where you want to go and who actually is loyal to you. Because if guys like Ray the Bear are loyal enough to take their time, there's love right here. If guys like Larry D or Max Slater pop it on this podcast just to say something dumb, even if it's just the randomest shit, that's love. Where are my guys at? I take time to fucking train right now.
Exactly.
The time I take away from my 9-year-old, my wife. Do you see them on your grid right now? Do you know those guys, right? Do you see any of them?
Nope.
The guys I stand by. The guys I literally take 2 hours on a Tuesday sometimes from. Don't even chime in when I'm on a podcast.
What's up? The all
Think
about
about that when you're in the wrestling business and farther on around.
All About Wrestling podcast is watching us.
Yeah.
All about. I think I friended them earlier. How you guys doing? If you guys want a podcast with me,
those guys are awesome. They're out of Pennsylvania. Right?
You know, hey, pay me. Just pay me.
Yeah.
You know, give me a place to stay. I'm so down to work wrestling and stuff. But
That's right.
But like I was getting to, when it gets into this wrestling business, there's a reason. 17 years with Larry D. There's no question why I'm booked on a brawl. And 17 years later,
It's not a wig.
There's no lies.
So we're going to talk about how long I've been in the business. So we were talking.
Hey, I
about,
thought this was my show, you ass.
We are, but we're going to talk.
Nobody
about
cares how long you've been here. Fucking since goddamn fucking Sumatu. All right,
So
like,
we're-
fucking for real. Like hey, Egyptians could trowel their fucking tombs with ants and still have your fucking carvings on them.
We're talking about Abyss holding my son in diapers as a baby, right? Yo, Rich, come here.
Oh shit!
Right,
Rich,
right.
how you doing, brother?
Is this your son?
You're right.
All
That's
right.
your
It's sad to say I knew this kid as a fucking like infant.
Get over
Right.
here so we can
Like
see you on
baby
the camera.
diapers. Like get this kid on the camera. Like this is so
Yeah, there you
awesome.
go. This is your son.
This is fucking memorable.
Nice to meet you, buddy. Nice to
So-
meet you.
Ray the Bear
It's
son
very
popping in
soon.
with an L8.
It's nice to meet
Hey,
you.
you got to bend down so they can see your.
I know. Like,
He's huge, man.
he's
He's
huge,
huge
bro.
like
He,
Vader.
he reminds me of you and Al a whole lot.
Right,
Like that's a
so
mix right there.
He was an infant. You know what I'm saying? Being held
Infant,
in the
bro.
back.
Like diaper baby.
Yeah, he's a grown ass man now.
That's
all
awesome,
I
dude.
did.
Like I held you when you were like fucking like not even 2 inches fucking heavy. Like this is awkward for me. Like
Right.
I feel so weird when this happens because like there's a family out there named the Augers and they come around because we have a tag team known as the Eds. And the Augers come from these guys, and this family has like kids that I've held as babies, and they're like 18 now.
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking weird for me. Like
Yeah.
they're growing up, going to college.
You don't
like,
feel you don't feel any older, do you? You like, but you are like you.
You know what?
At some point, you
I
feel like,
hate-
yeah.
All right, here's the thing. don't ever ask anybody to retire or ask anybody if they feel older.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
I
We
feel.
never retire, I don't think.
No, Ray. I don't.
My son's
I hate
21,
The retirement.
so.
I really. Let's face this. I've had this question happen to me twice this week. Retirement.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you going to ask me about retirement when I can get over more than you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've got more energy than you. I can outwork you if I want to. Any goddamn given Sunday. I'm so tired of that. Like, that's why you want to ask me that question, because you want me gone.
Exactly.
You want me rid. And that's why I hate that question. Like, why ask that fucking question if you don't want somebody gone? Like, that's the dumbest question to ask any kind of... Why won't you ask a professional what you need to do in the ring instead of ask them why they need to retire?
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, what should I do to get better? What should I do to enhance myself? What should I do to get out in the market that's going to make me better, to get looking like you do, like how you work for Warrior, how you work for Bama, how you work for Tennessee, how you work with Cole Carter, for all fucking people. I've worked with Cole Carter, like Tony fucking Two Dimes, Mr. WWE guy before he got in trouble, which I don't care why he got in trouble. That's no fucking importance to me. That guy was awesome for one, and IWC putting me with him was shocking.
Yeah.
Because look how far he got. I was his fourth match, and he got booked by WWE the next fucking year. But guys like me, we fight for it. We keep fighting because we love this.
Yeah.
We want to be here. Quit asking us about fucking retirement and ask what's going to help you.
So
Damn
we have been on here 2 hours already.
you done?
Yeah.
We have been on there 2 hours. At this point in the episode, in the podcast,
We need more shots.
we do need more shots. But at this point, I give everybody the last words. So I'm gonna let Johnny go first. Go ahead, Johnny.
I'd like to say thank you, Christopher Michael Lotus, for coming on. We enjoyed you unleashing on those that don't want to put in the work and actually try to get a reaction. I want to thank Barry for coming and his son for showing up too.
That's awesome.
And
That's a
awesome.
shocker to me.
That's awesome.
That's a
was
diaper
really
baby
great.
for me. Like, this is the last
Oh,
time
that
I
ain't
saw
the
him
only-
was he was in a
Hey,
diaper.
Pillman,
You got another one in there?
Legit in a diaper.
oh, he's got another son.
Hey,
Oh, my
there's
God.
another one. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's the youngest.
This one I haven't met
This is
yet.
the youngest one. How old is he?
19,
19, and how old is he?
20.
20 and 19. Okay.
20 and 19.
They were
Hell
both
yeah.
in the dressing room, but he was the one that I had to take with me. All
You were the
time.
one that went on most of the travels. When he
Okay,
was
Barry, you're next. Go ahead.
Like I was saying, like, you know, glad to get on here with a guy. You know, I saw come up, and like I said, they were all young lions, man. They were hungry, and you know what I'm gonna tell him though is, man, you got to drop some of that anger, man. Life's too short, brother. It took me a long time to realize that, because it only impacts you. I promise you, it only impacts you. Let them guys, let them lose what they're not getting. Put your investment in the guys that are investing in you, because carrying around all that shit, brother, just hurts. And then secondly, I want to say, you know, we got what we was talking about, Rich, you know, being raised by a bunch of roughnecks in the locker room. You know, he's a fireman now, so
Hell yeah.
You know,
Good
which one's
choice.
Which one of your boys is a
choice.
fireman?
Good choice in life, my
Rich.
friend. Way to be.
Hell yes.
Be a hero.
You're next. Go ahead and say something.
you
I
want to
don't
say?
know what y'all been talking about.
Hey, just tell this.
Just say anything.
Hey, just say thank you to your dad.
Thanks, Dad.
All right. How about you?
And what's his name?
That's B Money. Hey, this
B
is
Money.
Money.
Oh,
Is
he
he
Is he gonna be a wrestler too?
4-time city champion. Yeah.
Oh,
said-
wrestling champion.
He's the one that said, when we gonna retire Donnie
yeah,
Green?
yeah.
All right. Hey, say
It's
something.
gonna be a new tag team right here.
Hey, y'all gonna be a tag team? Say something to your dad. Tell your
They're
dad
already
thank
a
you.
Tag team, they're brothers.
Thank you, Dad. I love you. And Donnie, if you're watching, you're a bitch.
He's trying to get that feud started.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I
I
love it. Barry, you finished, or you got
I'm
some?
good. I'm good.
Okay, Lotus,
quick
it's
before
your
Lotus-
chance. It's your turn. I know you're gonna go about an hour. Go ahead.
All right, it does suck being accused of anger. I do have some anger in this business. I'm going to hold on to that. But
Talking to the mic.
let's face it, for real, there's a lot of anger in this business,
yeah,
and there needs to be held some, because people need to be held accountable for the actions they took and they never responded for. You cannot go around this business consistently expecting things and be a privilege. You have to earn your level. And I don't care how many that hurts. I really don't give a fuck. But seriously, take your goddamn business seriously. You fucking people go out here and talk about how good you are. Have you ever spent a fucking ounce of your life saying how good somebody else is that made you look good on this fucking business? How many times have you looked back and said, thank you? How many times have you looked back and given back? Because you know what? I can answer that question tenfold in the 5 years I've trained fucking kids for Roger Ruffen. But yet, even though I'm on a podcast, I'm live as can be, I'm accused of anger, none of my kids are here to even acknowledge the fact that I take 2 hours out of my fucking Tuesday sometimes to give them my knowledge. I'm irrelevant in certain places. And you know what? I'm going to answer that for you. I deserve it. About 5 years ago, I quit this business on Anchor, and me and Muldoon did a both, a.k.a. Jack Vaughn, because we weren't really too much respected. And you can take that however you want it. Do with whatever you want it. And accept whatever you want that comes out of my mouth from here on out. Earn it. Earn it. Earn it. Don't tell me your dream is wrestling when the professionals are on this fucking podcast talking to you, trying to help you. When we're taking 2 hours out of our real lives to help you. You don't want me to unleash an amount of names that were crybabies in my fucking locker room that appear on TV today just because they just didn't want to listen. And the fact that you just couldn't be straightforward with me that says, hey, I just don't understand you, or I don't like how you're teaching me, or you can't be a human being. A lot of this business is built around crybaby shit, and I don't accept it. There's a lot of good fucking workers out there. There really is. And there's a lot of goddamn good dudes. A lot of dudes I love. And they put in so much. And I can't explain how unfathomable it is to be ignored when I'd rather hear a fucking no. Or how much I've traveled just to try to make people better, and somebody just say something totally different about you, and that's what stuck. One rumor out of the wrong person will be the wrong thing for the right person. And that's what the problem with wrestling is today. You could seem good on the outside. Inside, doesn't matter. How good are you if you're ignoring somebody 20 years in this business when they're trying to promote your shows? How many fucking promoting time did I just waste here? Like, hey, come out Saturday, here we go. Come out for the Brawl, here we go. How many guys do that other than say how good they are? How many times do you hear how good I am, how good I am, how good I am? How good's your show? You're supposed to book and market the fucking show.
Facts.
And you're out here screaming nobody can teach you anything because you did a fucking kick, right? You're out here because your 2 years of fucking kissing somebody's ass got you a little place. You're out here wondering why guys like me are angry for 20 years when we paid the fucking time to do what we do and somebody gave it to you. What's given is what hurts. And that's hard for some promoters to understand, but let me throw that at you one more time. What's given is what hurts. A lot of us give our time and dedicate. I got a fucking 9-year-old that barely sees me. I do gig work. Gig work. That means I choose what fucking time I work. But I choose wrestling a little over it because I figure if I tried to teach something I love to somebody else, that maybe it might mean something someday. Maybe it might change how they look at me, even though I'm on this podcast being a little angry about it. But how much did it change? Nothing. And I hope they hear me tonight, and I want them to fucking hear me tonight, and I don't fucking care if it, degrades me, fucking pushes me. Oh, there's going to be another promoter that doesn't want to book me. Shit. Hear me out loud and clear. When there's a ton of kids I train, I take my personal time for, I step aside away from my daughter for and my wife for, that I could just be home tonight And you won't even give me acknowledge somebody like Bobby Blade did, somebody that booked me. You won't give me the acknowledge. Ray the Bear, of all people, drove down here tonight. How many of the NWF kids or any of the kids I train or any of the people I've fucking spent time on in the 20 years I've been in this business have even chimed in? Wonder where my anger lies? You don't fucking listen. But yet you're better than me? On what grounds? Because I talk. I'm more open. I can handle a microphone. I'm real. Ray the Bear over here is like, God damn.
I think Lotus turned heel tonight.
Man, you've been going for a minute. You got to wrap it up.
Wrapping it up is for people that don't know how to pull out.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the promoters today. You got kids that don't know how to pull out.
Yeah.
You're telling me to pull out.
No.
Right?
You're good.
You're telling me to pull out. 20
I
years.
think Lotus turned heel tonight. What do you
20
think?
years people have been trying to get me, why aren't you retiring? Why are you trying to get me to pull out for if I wasn't good?
No, you're good, man.
You're the best.
We've watched you in the ring. We think you're good. And Bobby Bray says another show with
Bob
Lotus,
Blade wants
please.
you on again.
Well, that's right,
That was
because I'm
great.
fucking real, right?
Bobby Green
I'm
said you were
tired.
great. Bobby Blade said you were great tonight.
Let's face it. I'll wrap this up. I know Ray the Bear's getting bored.
Oh,
and,
Sean
they
John
don't
said,
want to, they
"Preach,
don't know how
Lotus."
to answer this to me. And you know what? Like I said, I've spent a lot of time teaching my kids. I've spent a lot of time missing my wife and kid to teach kids. I have spent a lot of time in the ring getting these kids over to the position where they need to be, and I've continued to do so for 20 years, and I've kept my mouth shut all the way up to this point because you put a microphone in my face. But at this point in my life, I am 20 years in this business. I have to do other things too.
Yeah.
If you're not going to take the time to acknowledge I'm on here tonight, why should I take the time to go out on a Tuesday to give you 2 hours of what I've learned? Why should I take 2 hours of my time to miss out on my daughter who's growing to be a success story because she is a straight A student in a goddamn gymnastics?
Yeah.
Why should I take any more time away from my wife even though she agrees solely on the fact that I can go anywhere I need to go? And God bless that woman because she has dealt with 20 fucking years of my shit on going anywhere I need to go at the drop of a fucking dime.
Yeah. Well, we thank her.
If my
What's her name?
wife can drop the dime on what's going on,
Jessica
then-
Loebs.
yeah. If my wife can
Close.
drop a dime on my time frame, then why aren't these fucking kids?
Exactly.
Answer your own fucking question. I'm live. Come at me, bro.
You've even told them that you're going to be on here.
Yeah, I've posted it. It's been posted by you guys. I've been tagged. But my own kids don't appreciate what I do for them, and that's hard to accept. Larry D, Max Sled, Bobby Blade, Donnie Green, Ray the Bear. I work for these guys. This motherfucker drove here. Skipped out on everything. His sons are here skipping out on shit they could be doing.
That's right.
Right? But places I've trained, places I put money into, places I put time into,
I'm glad to see these guys.
not
here.
one
too.
fucking ounce of acknowledgement.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to sit in this seat right now.
Yeah.
Because, all the guys you mentioned, I'm not even looking at this. I'm looking at my telephone,
Yeah.
searching for runs because I'm a gig worker.
Yeah.
I can accept that, Zodi and them are busy and people, they got better things to do and they're going to sleep.
I'm
But,
sure they're
your
watching.
kids,
I'm sure
a couple of your kids are probably watching right now, and I don't see the
Oh, a
screen.
lot of people's watching. We've had I guarantee we had 300 people watching tonight.
Wow, that's impressive.
Guarantee it.
Impressive. Well, tune in because you know what? I'm about to get raw. And I just don't care anymore. You want to call it anger? Call it reality. Call it for what it is. I've always carried the ring of rage on my right shoulder for a good reason. I've always been just raw deal. And, people like me to wrap shit up. People like me to wrap shit because I'm being real and you don't want to hear it. But what you need to hear is if I'm willing to take all of my time away from people I love, people I appreciate, people that take their time and appreciate me, people that take their time to show their love for me, and you can't do that, you got a fucking issue.
Yeah.
And these are the kids you see on AEW. These are the kids you see on fucking NWA. These are the kids you're going to see today moving forward, and this is the appreciation the veterans get. Jay West and Aaron Williams are training FGW. How much fucking appreciation you seen out of any other fucking kids down there? You see anybody type in, hey, thanks, guys, for, training us? You see anybody just type in, hey, guys, thanks for taking your fucking time away from your girlfriends or your fucking family or just anything?
Nope.
The reason that Bobby Blade booked me because I took the time and appreciation to shake his fucking hand. Simply fucking put. I did what I learned from my veterans before me and got booked.
Ray,
That's right.
the Bear Steel.
So to end this,
Yeah.
do better. Quit telling me to do better, and you fucking do better.
Tell us your social medias and where you're going to be seen next.
Okay, you're definitely going to see me at the Bar Brawl December the 3rd. Larry D always loves to have me for a Bar Brawl, and I can't stand not being at a Bar Brawl, so that's my type of element. Ray the Bear will probably be there somewhere hanging out, probably with Donnie Green.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Drunk as a skunk, but hey, you guys are going to see me this Saturday. NWF Wrestling Hits. That's Covington, Kentucky. That is a 6:30 open door, 7:30 bell time. Your kids can dress up and get free candy from any of the guys and girls that will be handing it out during the show. Come get you some souvenirs. We have all kinds going on, and that is NWFWrestling.com. As for Christopher Michael Lotus, you can find me almost anywhere at Where is Lotus on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
You can find me under my real name under Christopher Lothes on Facebook. Sorry, you're not getting my Snapchat. That is for wrestlers only.
Hey, I want to thank everybody for watching us tonight. I want to thank Bobby Blade for tuning in and watching us. Anthony Presley, New South Wrestling, is a podcast sponsor. We work with those guys very closely. I want to thank Superfly Johnny Lee for being here next to me with his shiny, sparkling fucking
That fucking
jacket.
jacket
Thank you
sells
very
me,
much.
bro.
Thank
That's
you.
a fucking jacket, dude.
Ray the Bear
appreciate
Steel,
that.
Wear that next time.
Ray the Bear Steel, and his two sons. What's their names?
Richie and B Money.
Richie and B Money. Thank you guys for showing up, and I'd love to have you guys on the podcast at some point. We can just sit down here and you can talk about your dad and talk shit about your dad, talk shit about Donnie Green.
B Money's already got a feud going with Donnie Green already.
Hell
yeah.
Sean Johns for watching us. Christopher Michael Lotus for coming in here and giving his every word, his passion, his what he's been doing the last 20 years, and the real fucking Michael Lotus.
That's what we wanted.
Christopher Michael
What you
Lotus.
asked for,
Yeah.
so, you know,
That's right.
Sometimes
We've been-
with me, it's a little different. Trust me, I don't hold.
No, we appreciate you.
And we
We're
can't
not
wait
holding
to have
back.
you back for an episode.
We don't want to hold you back. We don't want to hold anybody back. And Sean Johns was sick, so Bear
Stay safe, Sean Johns. I hope to see you next time out here.
Bear Steel came in the door and joined us. Thank you, Bear, for joining us. I appreciate
It's
it.
always a pleasure to have Barry
It's always
here.
fun to have you
Bear,
here, dude.
baby. Bear, baby.
This guy liked it a lot. So
Hey, man, I love when any veteran will take the time for me and come out here just to support me. He even said, the first thing he said when he came in here, this is your show tonight.
how old is that shirt, Bear?
What, this one? No,
Yeah.
B Money bought this one for me when we was on
That's a great
vacation. We
shirt.
went to the beach.
I love that shirt, man. I love that shirt. And what's the necklace you got around? I've seen that the last time you had
Viking, man. That's
Viking shit going
Hey
on.
man,
love that.
Bear has always had a chain every time he's came out. Like
That's
that's
always
signature
man.
Bear right there.
Bear is he's become a quick fan of this podcast and a quick really good friend of this podcast, and we're gonna have him on a lot more, guys.
Yes.
Bear's gonna be a staple to this place around here, and his sons, and hope your sons meet my son and Leon Lexington, and he I don't know why he didn't call tonight, but
Oh, you know he's listening.
Champs together, actually.
yeah. These guys seem like they're great guys. What's up, guys?
I'm glad you guys came
I'm glad
out.
you had your boys in here,
Like
man.
I said, I held
This is
him
a
when he was
family
a
shit.
fucking baby.
Lotus
That's
had-
scary for me. Like how
And,
many times that's happened to me in this career?
I want everybody to check out Royal Lex for all your internet gaming needs. Check out Royal Lex on Facebook and tell them Nice Guy Andy Podcast sent you, and they'll give you $5 in free play. And Royal Dark for at 10 p.m. tonight to 4 a.m. in the morning. Check those guys out. Tell them Nice Guy Andy Podcast sent you, and they'll hook you up for some midnight play, so overnight. So check those guys out, and we want to appreciate. We want to ask. Wild Turkey we've been drinking Wild Turkey on this podcast a lot. So guys, check us out. Wild Turkey, reach out to us. We'd like to reach out to you guys. We'd like to be a sponsor of you guys. And we drink a lot of Wild Turkey
It's
on
the
this
drink of
podcast.
men.
Hey, shout
L8.
outs,
L8,
baby. We
we
giving
like-
shout outs out here.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Mingy Beef Jerky, New South Wrestling. We like to shout you guys out because Anthony Presley is my dear friend, one of my favorite people in this world. And these guys are awesome. And Bear brought his kids in here.
And also don't forget
and
Dad
I
World
appreciate
Order.
that, Bear. I appreciate you bringing your kids in here, dude. That's like some family shit right there, buddy.
Oh, look.
What
he
the
finally
fuck?
taking-
Sean Johns
He
just
waited
walked in the
till
fucking
end
John
of
is at the
show.
fucking last minute.
Sean Johns,
He said-
say the last words,
Nice
buddy.
to meet you,
He
brother.
took his Kotex
All
out.
right,
Come on
say your
in.
last words, John.
I thought
Say
you
your
was
last
sick, son.
words.
It's your turn.
Say your last
He lit a
words.
fire under my ass.
I lit a fire under your
We're about to end the show. Say your last
Tell you
words.
what, I walked here because you lit a fire under my ass. When
You walked here?
I did.
Yes, he walked.
Why did I light a fire under your ass, brother?
Last words, then. Last words,
Well,
Sean.
answer that lighting the fire. Their last words.
Sean John's last words.
You were. Oh God, I'm out of breath.
Sean John walked here from his house all the way
I
from.
did, guys. The reason you lit a fire under me, I wasn't feeling good, but I was sitting at home watching, and you were cutting a promo. I call it a promo. You may just call it venting about just doing the matches and then just leaving and stuff like that. That lit a fire under me. I'm like, well, shit. You stayed there the whole time, and then it just made me just want to get here. Hey, better late than never.
Hey, bro, if you want to throw your last minutes, what do you really want trying to say here? What do you just say what you want to say? I said what I had to say. It could get me in
Exactly.
trouble. You know what? I don't even care if it gets me somewhat fired in a sense.
Or heat.
You ain't gonna get
Or
fired.
heat. But here's the thing. Some people need to fucking realize, like, look, you guys take a lot of shit for fucking advantage. Like, Jack Vaughn, Jay West, Aaron Williams are showing up to FGW. How many fucking people ever just wrote them a message or even them saying how much you fucking appreciate what they do? Cody Hawk posts all the
God.
time on TikTok about
Yeah.
the midget wrestling because he's so proud of it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
That's
not
like-
friends with any of the midget guys, but I guarantee you if I did friend some of them smaller people, they're probably talking about Cody Hawk, ain't
Exactly.
they? You know, I'm not asking you or demanding it. You need to talk about me 24/7. But it
I
sure
understand
would be nice on a night like this when you all make me fucking relevant.
That's
That
right.
somebody that I fucking even trained, worked with, or put in the fucking effort with, other than somebody that lives in Kentucky that booked me or just knew me, just took 5 seconds to say, hey, Lotes, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not going to do that because you're fucking ego. You're not going to do that because your fucking so-called goddamn popularity little scene you got going
Damn
on or your
straight.
fucking drama fucking crap you got fucking sitting there. And that's some bullshit because you know what? Back in the day, everybody could walk in the locker room and party with everybody in the locker room, never held anybody in the locker room. And if you want me to go straight up, my wedding had everybody from the locker room. And there's been a few weddings in a certain locker room where a lot of us ain't invited. Like, wow, I teach you wrestling, but you can't invite us to hang out at the wedding to have fun because you seem to have fun in wrestling. Why shouldn't I take your fun away?
Exactly.
And like
But you don't
Sean-
appreciate the veterans because you're young. You don't appreciate the veterans because, oh, AEW looked at me one day.
Yeah, that.
Are you signing a contract? Because if you're in the same fucking locker room, guess what? You're the same person. Like me.
Exactly.
Facts.
Shake hands and shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
Keep going, brother. Say what you
And then,
drop it.
and then
Just
you-
drop it
you
because that's
kind
not
of-
what you
and
want to say. You
I didn't-
said you
I-
came in here. That's not it. That's
I
a
always
portion.
thought that that
Jack Vaughn.
Jack Vaughn at Malden, I couldn't place it, and then you cleared it up like, yeah,
That's the same fucking person. I'm
Hey,
not
we're
gonna.
gonna at this point we're gonna end the show because we've been 2 hours and
Yeah,
20
that's
Say
minutes.
your last feed, brother.
Hey, love you guys.
You guys are great. Stay nice. And if
Stay
you ain't having
nice,
fun,
Anthony.
And if
you
you're not
ain't
having
getting
fun,
I'd look
If you're not having fun,
you're not getting none.
at
damn,
Damn
Skippy.
Skippy.
Hey, Bear, love you, dude. We're gonna get out of here.
That ain't what your mama said.
Don't forget the pictures.
Nice guy,
fun.
Andy
That was
podcast.
fun.
Yeah, I'm surprised how many comments you probably got from that video.